Well. So welcome to the Powerful Komiksman podcast. This is Gerald Dorado, and this podcast is brought to you by Miucha Lux Cakes. Okay, check out at hello.miucha on Instagram and Facebook. That's at HELLO.MIUCCIA. This podcast is also simulcast on YouTube and Facebook and will be uploaded on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, and everywhere podcasts. Basta Anchor, basta kung saan-saan. Lahat ng may podcast, mapapakinggan nyo rin to. So choose your poison. And also, Chef, mention your komisaryo.
Yes. To those who would be interested in placing orders, I have a small home-based business called Komisaryo by Chef Joseph Viel. You can hit the like page on Facebook. Simply look for komisaryo.ph, or you can follow me on Instagram at Chef Joseph Viel.
Oh, komisaryo. So, anong mga tag dito? Komisaryo. Ano spelling ng komisaryo?
Komisaryo.
Komisaryo.
By Chef Joseph Viel.
Oh, Joseph Viel na lang. Joseph Viel. Nahanap ko eh.
Pwede rin yun. Okay.
Ano mga niluluto mo dito? Alam ko pero ikaw na magsabi.
Yeah, so to be specific, I do party trays now, and then it's primarily Italian cuisine, but of course from time to time I try to include other items like a few American, a few Mediterranean, but my specialty is Italian. Mm-hmm. And also in regards to desserts, my mango cream pie became such a hit on Let's Eat Pare and other social media platforms. Yeah.
Must try. Meron tayong feature nung mango cream pie mo from the last episode. Check it out.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
Pero if you are craving for real Italian food, nako, eto na, you found the one. You found the place. Yun talaga, this is the shit talaga. The best lasagna, the best ang paborito ko sa inyo yung isa pa yung ito subuko, di ba?
Subuko. But this one right now on the screen, this is my beef rendang, also beef shank rendang. Beef shank
rendang. Basta check out the Instagram page, Chef Joseph Viel, 'di ba? Nandun yung di ba? So, yun.
Yep.
All right. And also, this all of the episodes during the lockdown era are all dedicated to our frontliners, keeping us sane and fighting for normality. I refuse to accept that this is the new normal. Okay, this is just the temporary normal. 'Di ba?
Temporary lang to. Yes.
Temporary normal lang to. Okay, parang so ayoko pumayag ng new normal na to, na parang ganito na talaga habang buhay, 'di ba? So
man.
Hassle naman 'yun. Sobrang defeatist naman ang dating, 'di ba? Pag ganun. Anyway, so let's cut to OBB and then let's pagtatanungin na natin si Chef. Okay?
Okay.
Chef Joseph Viel coming up. Powerful Komiksman podcast.
Woo.
Welcome to the Powerful Komiksman podcast. Yun, Chef Joseph Viel.
Yeah. Hello. Hello, hello.
The return of Chef Joseph Viel.
It's been too long, pare. It's been too long. Thank you for having me again. Thank
Oo
you.
nga, no? Chef,
Yeah.
to those who are just new, kumbaga yung mga new followers of the show, Chef was here a couple of years ago, no? Mga wala pang 20 episodes, maybe 20th
Oo.
episode, 'di ba? Or
Siguro
basta
mga
mga
ganun.
ganun,
Yeah.
mga ganun.
Oo.
Tapos well, he is a friend of mine and a lot of things has happened since then. 'Di ba? So,
Tama, tama.
'di ba? So kumusta? Kumusta yung ano pang pwede nating umpisa? Umpisa na natin agad yung na basta kasi you have lost a lot of weight since then,
Mhm.
and then
Yeah.
also you are now a fast rising TikTok star. So kumusta? First pala, how are you holding up with the lockdowns muna?
The lockdown. I guess I'd say I'm doing quite well. I shouldn't complain, really. I shouldn't complain.
Mhm.
The fact that there's a roof over my head and food on the table, I'm very thankful for that. I won't lie though. Speaking as a business owner,
Mhm.
sadly, two of my businesses pretty much came to a close because of the
Oh
lockdown.
wow. Which
Yeah,
ones?
yeah. I have that small canteen in a sorry, a small kiosk inside a canteen in one corporate building, no, in Pasig.
Oo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sadly, to this day, the canteen cannot resume operations for obvious reasons, right?
Mhm.
With all the social distancing, and since many of our clients in the said building are employees who works in mga offices, etc.,
Mhm.
we suddenly lost all of them because they're all working at home now, diba?
Mhm.
So suddenly, just like that, nag-plummet yung sales. So nag-temporary close muna yung not just my store, but the entire establishment, the entire canteen establishment closed for the meantime.
Okay.
And we're still waiting for the possible reopening, but again, it's subject to how things will go as the months progress. No? Uh, However, I am thankful for my home-based party trays, of course, and syempre, ang tao, uh, they're so fond of eating out or ordering food. So there's always going to be a market for those who will be like, I'm tired of eating my home food. I want to buy from someone else. Or I want to eat from someone else.
Oo, no?
So the party trace is what's keeping me alive right now, financially speaking. Yeah, on a
Oh.
business standpoint. Yeah.
How is it with these locations? Kasi
Mm.
yung ano rin namin, yung tawag dito, yung Sunday markets namin nung with Mucha, hindi syempre it got
Yes.
stopped as well. So
Oo,
with
tama.
the one corporate dun sa location nyo, pag ba pag ba nag-open ulit, ano siya? Automatic na kaya na resume as usual? Ganun ba yung
Uh,
nangyayari?
as of the meantime, at the time of this recording, to the best of my
Mhm.
knowledge, that is what we plan to do. Yes,
Mm.
once we get the green light, we will resume operations. However, of course, and this is personally, I feel like um, I think we might have lost at least 50% of the customers either way because uh, to my few friends who do work in offices right now,
Mhm.
like mga bankers, mga tellers,
Mhm.
according to them, they only go to work 3 times a week, at least in the physical place. Otherwise, they do most of their jobs at home. So in that sense, the customers that it could once produce will probably be about 50% now or less even.
Oh.
So on a business standpoint, that's not good.
Oo nga, of
Not exactly
course.
what, diba? Yeah, that's not exactly what you want. You want to maximize your profit. You want to capture a big market, and due to the circumstances we're in,
Mhm.
uh, it seems unlikely.
But isn't it relative then for this kind of tawag dito situation na merong
Mm.
na may pandemic with the market available Is it
Mm-hmm.
parang okay naman in comparison? Of course, syempre ang gusto mo talaga is yung normal scenario na ano na
Oh,
na nandyan talaga sila. Pero for what's available,
yeah.
do you think sa bagay no? Syempre we always want yung pinakang the best of kasi it's the same amount of effort that you're exerting 'di ba?
Yes, yes,
'Di ba?
yes. Actually, so what we're doing now is we're pushing our frozen items. So we have food good for 2 or 3, and it's already frozen,
Mhm.
and that's what we're trying to sell now.
Mhm.
Because ganun din, a lot of people nowadays they don't like to cook, or they want everything convenient for them.
Mhm.
So if ever nag-open ulit yung lugar na yan, we plan to sell items like that, frozen items,
Mhm.
in some hopes na, at least if you're at work or something, you can just pop it in the microwave, warm it up, and then eat and stuff like that.
Okay.
And
Teka.
also in that
Sige.
sense, oh yeah, yeah,
Sorry. The I think let's we can drop YouTube muna kasi yung internet is naglolo ko dahil it's cloudy. We're in the
ah,
Philippines and it's cloudy. Hassle di ba?
yeah,
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 mag-Facebook na lang muna tayo. Okay.
sige lang, sige
So
lang.
let's just sorry YouTube. Mag-Facebook na muna tayo. I'll just upload the recorded version on YouTube. Okay, let's
Alright.
go back. Sorry for cutting you off, man.
Yeah, yeah, no, no
Okay,
problem, no
okay.
problem. So, wala. Yun lang naman. I kind of made my point in there. So
Okay.
that's that. Of course, we're gonna hope for the best, pray for the best, because um, I'm speaking on a business standpoint here. It's being in a pandemic is really difficult. It's hard to keep afloat.
Yes.
So
It's
yeah,
been a
yun lang naman.
challenge talaga, no?
Yeah, yeah.
Just ang masaklap dito parang bawas lahat ng customers mo, bawas yung pwesto mo. Pero yung
Mm.
mga ingredients di naman nagbabago yung presyo, di ba?
Mismo. If anything,
Oo.
umaangat nga eh.
Umaangat
Tumataas na
pa.
yung presyo.
Umaangat
Oo,
pa, di ba?
oo, yeah.
Anyway, I'm curious I'm sure there's a lot of people too. Doon pa lang sa pangalan na komisaryo 'di ba? That's not a common word that you hear in the Philippines, 'di ba? Komisaryo. So,
Yeah,
what is it exactly and what is the business model of this komisaryo thing that you have going on? For ilang years na rin, 'di ba? Ilang years na yung
yeah.
komisaryo mo? Mhm.
Uh, Comisario, it was probably around 2014 or 20. Yeah, let's say it's 2014. Kasi, yun nga, back in at the start of 2013, that's when my restaurant closed. For those who
Mhm.
may not know, or for those who just tuned in or whatever, um, I had a restaurant back in 2011 up until the early months of 2013.
Mhm.
It was called Cucina Rusticana, which
Yes.
in English translates to rustic kitchen.
Okay.
Now, when the restaurant closed, no, when the restaurant closed, a lot of my customers were surprised at it, no. Parang, because at the time, although my social media, it's not as popular as it is now. No,
Mhm.
unlike now, almost everyone, regardless of how old you are,
Mhm.
kahit senior pa yan, they're on social media.
Mhm.
But back then, despite my efforts of notifying all my customers on social media, not all of them would get the memo. So a lot of them were shocked, and they'd call my cell phone pa, they'd send me a text, and they'd be like, "Oh, chef, what happened to your restaurant? What happened to your blah blah blah?" Diba?
Mhm.
And eventually, one of the customers said to me, "Chef, could you prepare for me and then ossobuco, good for 8, and then maybe one pie. Then I'll pick it up in your house. Can you do that for me?" And I said, "Yeah, sure, why not? Of course I can do that, diba?"
Mhm.
And it was after that customer that's when it hit me, and I said, I can turn this into a business model. I can turn this
Mhm.
is an interesting business concept wherein I will basically revive my menu from my restaurant
Mhm.
and then offer it in a small, medium, large, or small, medium, or whatever. And at the time, I wasn't familiar with the terminology because now I use the words party tray. I like to say the words party tray now. But at the time,
Okay.
I still had no idea what it was called. So I just tell them, Ma'am, sir, you can order from me and then I'll put it in an aluminum tray and then it's for
Mm.
takeout and it's good for 8 to 10. So,
Teka,
haba ng
teka.
explanation.
Teka, dapat
Uh,
Italian yung party tray. What's Italian for party tray?
Italian for party tray. Well, the direct translation wouldn't make any sense. Eh. I tried that. It wouldn't make it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
translate.
yeah, it wouldn't make any sense.
Sige.
Oh, also, of course, we're in the Philippines, so the market, might as well use the language that we're all familiar
Oo,
with.
so, pero
So, party
sige.
tray. Party tray. Ayun. So there. And ever since then, we worked on improving our party trays, and not only that, we began expanding our cuisine from, because as I said, Cucina Rusticana was primarily Italian. But then, of course, I have other customers who'd ask, Chef, baka you can also make rendang. Baka you can also make like this or make like that.
Mm.
Something that's not necessarily Italian, but let's say Mediterranean or something that they'd enjoy. And I said, you know, I'm not too sure, but I'll do my best. And
Mhm.
long story short, I eventually kept improving recipes. And it's already been how many years na rin, di ba? It's 2020 after all.
Oh. Ito hindi
So,
hindi
everyone's listening.
hindi magandang pakinggan
Yeah.
yung yung party
Ayun,
trays.
ayun. Sinerch mo. Di ba? I mean, look at that. If somebody asks you,
Basoy.
so what is your business model, chef? I do vasio per feste. Ano magkakaintindihan,
At
di
saka
ba?
peste
Wala.
eh. Peste, parang peste. Di maganda yung
Feste.
peste. Peste.
Yes, yes.
Peste, di ba?
That to be honest with you, that crossed my mind before. Back
Oo.
back when we were conceptualizing the business, back when we were trying to improve our business model.
Oo.
And I said, yeah, I don't think it's gonna click. I mean, even the name Comisario, I should
Mm.
mention nga pala, the original name of the business was a mouthful. The real
What?
name was Chef Giuseppe Comisario.
Mm.
So it's pretty long, diba? Chef
Oo.
Giuseppe Commissario. The reason why Giuseppe is because Giuseppe is my Italian name, which is
Mm.
Joseph in Italian.
Mm.
Uh, I stuck with it for I think a year or two up until 2015, and that was when one of my friends who are in the marketing field, he set me aside, he spoke to me, and he said, "Jay, I love your concept, I love your food. Uh, when it comes to cooking, obviously you know what you're doing. However, from a marketer standpoint, I need to give you advice." And he was like, and I was like, "Okay, what is it?" And he said, "Dude, chop down the name. No one's gonna remember you. There is no recall factor with a name as long as Chef Giuseppe Commissario." And it made a lot of sense. It really did. Yeah,
Oo.
prior to the fact that prior to the fact that it's difficult to pronounce the word Giuseppe unless you speak
Mm.
Italian,
Mm.
um, it just doesn't have a recall factor because of that.
Mm.
So he said, dude, remove the word chef, remove the word Giuseppe. They were like, you don't need to put the word chef. They know you're a chef. So
Oo.
remove that word. And then Giuseppe is like, as much as I know that your name is Giuseppe in Italian, no one in the Philippines is familiar with that kind of pronunciation and stuff
Oo.
like that. So just get rid of it also. And then he said, but Comisario, he's like, that sounds a little easier. Phonetically speaking, it's something that majority would more or less remember.
Mm.
It's easy. It rolls off the tongue. Comisario, Comisario, and it still has an Italian sounding thing going on.
Mm.
So I was like, all right, that sounds pretty good. So as of
Mm.
2015, or technically papuntang 2016 na siya, I was like, okay, let's rebrand ourselves. Comisario na. and
Oh.
and then at the most, we just added the by Chef Joseph Yao.
Pero okay nga yung ano, no? Parang, well, basically, how do you deliver your food? Lala move din, mga ganyan.
Yeah. Since we're a home-based business right now, and it's just literally me, and it's me, my sister, and my niece. So parang very family-oriented siya.
Oo.
We haven't sourced out, or we haven't invested yet for hiring like a crew of delivery boys or delivery
Mm.
riders.
Mm.
So yes, we depend on Lala Move, Happy Move, Mr. Speedy, mga couriers na ganyan.
Oo nga, no?
We did tandem with Food Panda before. Um,
How did it go?
but It was good naman. It was pretty solid naman with Food Panda. It wasn't so bad. Pero yun nga, the thing with Food Panda is some customers, if they're not that techy,
Mm.
they get irritated. Yeah. So some customers would just be like, Chef, can I just message you and
Mm.
say ko na lang ilalagay yung order. I
Mm.
don't want to go through Food Panda anymore. Because that's the thing. That's another thing I noticed. A lot of my majority of my customers
Oo.
are, and I say this with all due respect, okay,
Okay.
are yung may konting edad na. May
Oo,
konting
okay.
edad na.
Mm.
And many of them do not fancy using these smartphones
Oo.
or using the apps. I mean, they themselves said it. They'll be like, Chef, I'm sorry, I have a hard time understanding this app. I'll just text you what I want. Yung mga ganun.
Oo.
So,
Sabagay, no?
so yeah, in an attempt to be more um, accommodating of customers who have limitations in regards to technology, as
Mm.
funny as it may sound, um, I decided, okay, you know what? We have Lalamove, we have Mr. Speedy, and I think these guys are a little more easier to work with when it comes to handling logistics or delivery services.
Oo.
Yeah.
Ang ano rin, no? Parang if there's a I don't know kung kumbaga swerte lang natin siguro. Siguro yun na lang ang gagamitin kong word. Swerte that these services are now available during this kind of
Yes.
problem sa ano mo yun,
Tama,
sa
tama.
pandemic, 'di ba?
Yeah,
Hindi na
yeah, I agree, I agree.
I
I
wouldn't
agree.
say it's ano parang naka pinwesto talaga na it was something kumbaga parang it's a good thing na pero kasi the pandemic is still a bad thing no matter what situation
Yeah,
you are.
of
Pero
course.
pero swerte na merong ganito na nangyari to. What if this happened back in the 90s, no? Without the
Exactly.
internet. Sobrang boring siguro talaga, no? Not just
Mm.
the businesses. I don't know how people would cope with the businesses back then, no?
Actually, yeah. Same here,
Talagang
same here, same
talagang
here.
kasi if this pandemic happened 90s na lang, that's just a couple of decades ago. Kahit nga ano eh,
Precisely.
kahit nga kahit nga 2000s eh, 'di ba? 2000
Yeah.
to, 'di ba? Parang
In the
wala pang mga
Yeah, yeah.
apps noon eh. Wala pang yung mga
Wala
early
pa.
2000s. There's the internet
Oo.
pero not a lot of people have it, 'di ba?
Right.
So,
And if you wanted to use the internet, you have to go to a PC cafe or something like that.
oh,
Diba?
'di ba?
Ay, ano yung ginagamit natin noon was Nokia pa, di ba? Nokia 3310, o ganun.
Oo. Grabe. Tapos, kumbaga, hindi pa ganun ka-efficient yung technology na, yeah, kasi yung the apps revolutionized how we interact eh. Actually,
Tama.
how we live. How we live. Kasi not just communication, halos lahat ng mga, yan, eto, nag-uusap tayo through an app, di ba? You know,
Tama. True,
I
true, true,
I
true.
can continue with my podcast even if I'm away from kumbaga magkahiwalay kami ng mga
Yeah,
kausap
yeah.
ko. Kasi dati
Tama.
gusto ko talaga pumupunta dito para magkaharap kami. Which is mas maganda I would after the lockdowns I will revert back to it kasi I think mas maganda talaga yun.
Oo
Pero,
naman. Yeah, yeah.
oh,
I do
medyo,
miss your I do miss your place, by the way.
oh, thanks. Oh, tapos kasi pero regardless, right now we can still do this remotely and
Yeah.
not just that, yun yung well the technology kept the economy going. At least na-impede man ng significantly. At least it's not a full halt, no? Diba?
Precisely. I guess the best you can do now is you understand what you have, you understand the resources that you can use, and you just try to make the best that you can with every passing day, and learn from our mistakes as we go along the way.
Ay, nako. Can't wait for this pandemic to get for us to get over this.
Yeah, man.
Ay,
Same here. Same here. Grabe. I mean,
oo nga, no?
it's already July, and pretty
Mm.
soon Jose Marichan will be knocking on our doors. Diba?
Oo nga. No? Tapos no, pag naka-mask na siya, 'di ba? Habang sisilip na
Oh,
gano'n.
naka face mask na, you know.
alam mo,
Grabe.
alam mo
Ay,
dapat dapat magkaroon na ng ano eh. Wala pang nakakaisip. Ngayon ko lang naisip, literally. Gumawa kaya tayo ng mask na Jose Marichan, no? Yung parang V
Oh,
for
why not?
Vendetta, no? Diba? Tapos,
Really?
hindi,
It'll
di
be
ba?
it'll be a crazy 2020 Christmas, I swear. That will be the finale for 2020.
Oo nga, no? Kasi every ano naman eh. At tapos pwede mo siyang ilagay sa tuktok ng Christmas tree. O tsaka nakakatawa siguro doon, no? Tapos nasa tuktok ng Christmas tree mo mukha ni Jose Marichan.
Okay.
Oo nga, no?
Revolutionizing Christmas eh, no?
Oo nga, no? Talagang Pinoy Christmas. Tingin ko pag gumawa ka nun, ang daming bibili nun.
Actually, that's a good
Di
business
ba?
idea right now.
Gawa tayo, gawin natin.
Tara, gawa tayo.
Iti 3D model lang yan. Teka, sakto, 4 lang nanonood.
Wala
well,
masyado nakikinig ano.
well, kasi yung live streaming kasi siguro apektado nung tawag dito. I don't know. Kasi kahapon ganyan din eh. But anyway, this is gonna be recorded so it'll still be uploaded on the on the
Nice.
on the page. So it'll still be available.
Excuse me.
But let's say hi to Melody Bautista and to the powerful Samantha Isabel Viel. No, kumusta na kaya to? Kamusta kaya tong chick na to, si Samantha Isabel?
Ayan. Mong pabanjing-banjing sa bahay.
Nandiyan lang ba?
Oo.
Anyway,
Sabay lingon-lingon ano.
teka, alam ko yan yung isa sa mga secret weapons mo eh.
Oh, yes.
No, diba? So let's talk about your latest gig na as paano nangyari na bigla kang nagboom ang iyong TikTok career?
Yeah, so about that, you see, for a while, it's been on my mind to try teaching.
Mm-hmm.
However, it doesn't help that this whole pandemic kind of kicked in, no?
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I got the idea. I said to myself, why not try making cooking videos? And as much as I love YouTube and other platforms,
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't help but notice that the younger generations are on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like an old man for saying that, I know. So anyway,
Oh.
I noticed that there's a growing generation on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
And who else are you supposed to educate? Only the younger ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it was really a challenge for me to squeeze in like hours worth of cooking into 1 minute. So I was like, all right, every time I do a cooking vid, I need to study the recipe very well and take note of the key important parts of the video that are non-compromisable. That way they can learn the gist of the recipe.
Mm-hmm.
So I began doing this and I'd upload really rare pa nga in the beginning, like maybe every week, maybe baka once, maximum twice a week,
Mm-hmm.
which is in comparison to other TikTokers, although they're not really food, but in comparison to other TikTokers, well, that's really slow.
Mm-hmm.
I know other TikTokers, they upload content 2-3 times in a day regularly.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, cooking is a bit different. It takes a little more time. It takes money. It takes ingredients.
Yes.
It takes the time to actually study. Because you need to make every shot count. Diba? You only have 1 minute to get all the information across your viewer.
1 minute lang ba? 1 minute yung time limit ng TikTok talaga?
Yes.
Okay.
Although as of recently, if you have a following count of more than 20 or 30,000 followers, if I'm not mistaken, TikTok now permits you to make 3-minute videos.
Talaga?
Yeah, but it's still not in full yet. It's still not in full swing yet. It's still I think TikTok is still fixing their bugs in that aspect, if I'm not mistaken. So I still continue to produce 1-minute videos. So when I began doing that more often, nagulat na lang ako na boom, people at one point people would share it, would like it, would comment, and I didn't even have to think of what next dish to cook because the followers mismo would be like, Chef, luto ka naman ng ganito. Chef, luto ka naman ng ganyan. Chef, lomi recipe, etc., etc. As a matter of fact, I have a long list of things to do in regards
Talaga?
to yeah, pare. So it was very nice. So obviously there's like a bunch of future culinarians out there or future chefs who wants to learn, but due to the pandemic, they can't.
Mm. Yeah.
Now, now of course, I understand that nothing beats a formal training, but again, given the circumstances we're in,
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to consider this my small contribution of giving back to those who wants to learn.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, in time, if I can improve my videos, if I can find ways to to fine tune a few mistakes here and there, I definitely will do that.
What is your
Um,
which one is your first TikTok video?
okay, the very first TikTok video talaga, as in first na first, wasn't even
Uh,
cooking. It was,
which
uh, it
sayo
was
ba
just
yan?
like
Tut,
a,
tut, tut.
oh my,
Yan ba?
nako
Yan ba?
pare. If,
Ginawa ba yun?
if I, if I start dancing on TikTok,
Okay.
baka mga followers ko mag-decrease pare.
How many followers do you have now?
Wait, I can check right now. Teka lang, check
Sige,
ko
sige,
lang.
sige, sige.
Kung di ako nagkakamali, it's not that much in comparison to other TikTokers. But
Mm.
I just started this year lang, shortly during the quarantine actually. So
Mm-hmm.
medyo fresh pa ako to TikTok. Ayan, should I flash it on the camera ba?
Which one? Oh, ito
Okay, okay.
we're flashing on screen.
Okay.
Sabihin mo na lang ano.
It's 42,500 followers on it.
Whoa. And that's
Yeah.
within ilang months lang yan? O weeks?
I guess it's safe to assume more or less shortly after the lockdown. So that was
Oh, okay.
anong month ba yung lockdown ulit? March?
So, less than 4 months, more or less, ganun.
Parang ganon.
Oh, that's
So of course,
great, man.
yeah, thank you. I'm very grateful for it. And
Teka, panoorin natin yung isang video mo ng TikTok. ito,
yeah, sure.
ito ba? Teka.
That was my first cooking video. That
Sige,
was the
sige,
first
sige.
cooking video.
Let's see kung ano yung mga
Sige ba?
just so the people can
Sure.
get to if you are just listening, you can check out at Chef Joseph Viel on Instagram to watch these videos that I'm playing. Okay, so try na.
Welcome to Lazy Cooking. Today we're going to need the following ingredients: chopped red and white onions, and a bunch of rolled up meatballs. Yeah, baby.
Whoa.
Round the balls and flip them over. Saute the onions. Add some of this stuff.
Just
Saute
stop
it
lang
again.
no?
Patis. Just a little. A ladle of spiced vinegar. Bam. Let this reduce until it thickens. Throw in the balls. Add chicken stock.
Okay.
Let this simmer for 1 hour. 1 hour later, add the gata or coconut cream. Simmer until thick. Meatball laksa.
Meatball
Welcome to Lazy
laksa?
Cooking. Today we're going to need the
Yeah,
following
bro.
ingredients.
Meatball laksa. That's it.
Chopped red and white.
1 minute
That's the-
video.
That's the first That's the first
Cooking video.
first cooking video, teka.
Yes. First cooking video.
Can you talk again? I'll just make sure na okay yung sound. Hello?
Sure. Mic test.
Oh, okay. Okay, naapektuhan siya. Okay. Wait. Let me just technical shit. Okay.
Nope.
We're back. Okay.
Nice.
So that was your first video.
Yeah, that was the first one. Pero if I were to answer the very, 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 very first TikTok vid, as in yung unang-una talaga,
Oo.
if I'm not mistaken, it was an ad lib with me and my cousin. We followed this parang skit. He's a famous TikToker now, actually, with million followers.
Talaga?
His name is Tyrone Tiaga, kung tama yung pag-pronounce ko ng apelido niya.
Wow.
Parang
Tropa mo
laugh
yan,
trip
ha?
siya.
Tropa mo
Ay,
yan.
hindi. Di ko tropa.
Okay.
I'd love to meet him one day though. I'm a fan of him kasi laugh trip yung mga videos niya pare. Ang kulit niya.
Okay.
Oh,
Parang
yung
nakita ko
ano
kanina
niya,
to. Okay.
yung mga TikTok vids naman niya is more on comedy sketches or
Oo.
patawa. Tapos ang galing as in, alam mo yung for me, the mind of a comedian, it's amazing. It's ang laugh trip ng mga vids niya. So
Is
me
it
and my
this?
cousin,
Is it this?
saan bro? Hindi. Iba pa rin.
Iba yan. Okay. Kala ko.
If you're looking on my Instagram, wala siya dyan. You have to
Wala
look on
sa
my
Instagram. I see. Okay.
Pero yun lang naman. So, on my first TikTok, it was just a video that me and my cousin did ad-lib to of Tyrone Tiaga.
Okay.
And nung time pa na yan, di ko pa nga alam. As in, yung pinsan ko yung nag-introduce sa akin ng TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
As in, siya pa yung nagsabi, Kuya Jay, check mo tong TikTok na to, aliw to, ganito, ganyan. And I was like, so anong gagawin ko dito? Anong i-upload ko sa mga TikTok na to? Ano ba yan? Sabi niya, wala, ito, sumayaw ka. Doon pala when I heard sumayaw, putya, wala na, out na ako. Diba? Pero sabi niya, hindi, Kuya Jay, pwede rin ganito, mag-adlib ka, and at the time, which was, I think, 2018, so yes, actually, I had TikTok as early as 2018 na ata. Puro ganun lang yung mga vids ng TikTok. Either patawa, or sayaw, or pa-cutesy, mga ganun.
Okay.
And pretty much after that, sabi ko, hindi ko masyadong feel tong TikTok na to. So, I let it down.
Okay.
Then, pagsapit ng 2020, so, ayan, fast forward 2020, may chef reached out to me. He's a chef that I look up to. Shoutout ko lang siya.
Sige.
Charlie Laureta. Hello po.
Okay.
He is one of my chefs back in De La Salle College of St. Benil. He was a professor who taught me. I learned so much from him. So I really look up to that guy, to chef. And siya din nagsabi na parang, Jay, why don't you start making videos? Tapos you can upload it on Facebook, blah, blah, blah. Sabi
Dapat
niya,
nga, di ba? Parang we were talking about that di ba? That we can
yeah.
producing your cooking show. Diba?
Tama. Pero at first pa nga, I told my chef, sabi ko, naku chef, parang cooking video, parang the first thing that comes to my head is expenses lighting, camera, etc., diba?
Oo.
And then, parang it took me a while before it dawned on me na, teka lang, I remember this TikTok app. Alam mo yun? So, inaral ko ulit yung TikTok app. And then I searched, sabi ko lang, are there other people kaya on TikTok who are doing cooking videos as well? And lo and behold, obviously, there were also some notable TikTokers who does cooking vids. And upon further study, that's when I realized, mukhang all I need is my cell phone, or my smartphone rather, All I need is my smartphone and some good lighting, and we're in business na. And that's where it started. If you can see nga, my first video, medyo pangit pa yung lighting dun And even my chef called me out on that. Sabi niya, Jay, nice content, pero ayusin mo naman yung lighting mo.
Oh.
So, paglipas ng multiple videos, sometimes you have to make your mistakes. But with every new video that you put out, you always want to improve. You want to try to find, okay, so pag ganito dapat, yung lighting ko ganito, tapos okay, yung ganito, yung camera angle ko dapat ganyan. Mga things like that. I mean, syempre, I'm not an art major, I'm not a mass comm major or anything. I have no experience when it comes to shooting vids. So everything is just literally trial and error with every new video that I punch out. Pero it's very rewarding kasi in the end, your followers, they comment on it, and some of them will start asking for more recipes. And what's really nice is I've received a few DMs or a few comments, and people would say nice things. Ay, may sumasayaw
TikTok.
yun yung sinesyo sa TikTok no?
Well, pag sinabi mo kasing TikTok, yan ang mga una mong My God.
True.
Pero,
actually, that's another thing also. That's another thing. I noticed there's a lot of content creators now on TikTok who are trying to be more than just another dancing queen or
Oh.
another pabebe face. They're putting educational content. And I
That was too
suppose
distracting, by the way.
oh,
So, I thought we could talk through it.
okay. Hindi, biglang may
Let,
gumanon, oy.
let's try. Let's
Yun.
try. Kaya ba natin yan? Kaya ba natin we can talk through? Dapat nandito si Hyde eh. Anyway.
O ano, yung nga ba yung hype?
Oh, pero
Hi,
pero
Hyde.
pero that is the thing about about TikTok. Yun yung una mong maiisip na parang dance covers. Tapos
Yes,
well,
yes.
it's an easy ticket eh. If you're like this chick na ganito ka sexy, 'di ba? Pag nakita mo naman talaga, tsaka mapapatigil ka talaga eh, 'di ba? Oo
Yeah,
ba?
true. Well, yeah, yeah.
Holy shit.
I agree. I get it, yeah.
'Di ba?
Mm. And that's the thing. So a lot of TikTok videos, at least in their 2018, 2019, are littered with that, no?
Mhm.
But now, TikTok is trying to improve the algorithm. They have a thing called FYP or For You page. And based on the type of things you want to see, if TikTok shows you a video that you're not interested in, you can literally
Oh.
hold down the screen and then wait for may parang lalabas parang copy video blah 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 or not interested. You can click the not interested option, and that way TikTok will filter your algorithm and figure out, okay, so itong user na to, hindi niya trip yung mga sumasayaw na babae.
Mm.
We'll show you less of that. So
Okay.
I think right now TikTok is undergoing an initiative wherein they're trying to showcase more on educational related content.
Kumbaga pag
And
magkaroon ng substance yung ano nila.
parang ganun. Parang ganun,
Okay.
yeah. I mean,
Well,
don't get me wrong. It's nice to see people dancing.
of
If they
course.
want to, express themselves in an artistic manner, by all means, diba? TikTok is there.
Oo naman.
Pero,
And you can see, okay naman talagang panoorin itong mga to, di ba? Although may mga, well, there are lots of, meron na bang mga guidelines ang TikTok creators?
well, yes. There is naman. But even then, if for any reason TikTok feels that you weren't following their video guidelines, they will take it down.
Mm.
Uh, However, these videos now are on YouTube, so I don't know if these were videos na nakuha at the time when it was still permitted, no?
Well,
Uh,
as long as wala kang nudity, pwede naman. Kasi
yeah.
a
Okay.
lot of hindi kasi ako nagti-TikTok kaya hindi ako makapag
Uh,
Pero how is it ba? Let's say may mga dance covers. Hindi ba sila syempre kailangan mo yung music
yeah.
which has copyright. Hindi wala bang problema doon ng ang ang
With
TikTok, the
TikTok,
copyright holders, mga ganyan.
Actually, that's another thing. Or maybe I'm just not aware yet. Pero last I checked, TikTok has a database of music that you can use. So when making a video, you will need to make sure that you're using only the music available on TikTok. Otherwise, it will get taken down.
No?
I
Siguro
had this one video. I had this one video. Alam mo yung the band Drowning Pool, yung Bodies,
hindi.
yung Let the Bodies
Yeah.
Let the
Oo.
diba?
Oo.
So ginamit ko yung background music na yun one time for one of my videos. Again, noong time na yan, hindi ko pa masyadong gamay ang TikTok. I didn't know the guidelines very well. But they took it down. So,
may ganun pala.
yeah, so that's when I realized na, okay, you need to work with whatever music is on the database of TikTok.
Nandun. Okay, kasi may deal na sila with the artists and labels of those songs.
Yeah.
Probably.
And yun nga,
no?
they only use 15 seconds to maximum 1 minute of the song. So you won't really have the full 3 minutes, 4 minutes song.
If that's the case, ang laki ng kinikita nung mga nung mga copyright holders nung kanta, di ba? Merong
Yeah,
isang
I suppose
Pinoy,
so.
may isang maganda yung Pinoy na kantang song na Binibini, 'di ba? Ikaw ang
Uh,
binibini, 'di ba?
yeah, that's a trending song now. Binibining Marikit.
Popular na ano yun na pinipili ng mga TikTokers. Tapos if they're making money with every TikTok video na ganun, yun ang ang laking pera nun, 'di ba?
Oo, tama.
Siguro one thing that I would see a problem as a problem with TikTok, kaya katulad nitong chick na to, parang ang bata pa 'di ba? Tapos she's dancing provocatively na parang ganyan.
Yeah.
Although she's fully clothed naman, pero parang I don't know how old she is. Baka malay mo 20s na yan, mukha lang siyang bata, 'di ba? Siguro
Yes.
those are the dangers lang na parang stupid kids
Oh,
would not realize na parang oh shit, parang ano na pala, 'di ba?
tama.
This could be parang harmful and I don't know.
And and I think that's where the job of the I mean, I'm sure TikTok has their team of people who safeguards those things, who make
Oh.
sure that tong video na to, hindi to pwede. Diba?
Mm.
Masyadong ano to. Take it down.
Kasi if you're an adult and you're a woman and wanna capitalize on being sexy, I think
Yeah.
that's your right, 'di ba? Kung if
Oo.
TikTok, 'di ba? Sa akin,
Hmm.
kumbaga parang hindi man it's an attribute hindi mo pwede mang sabihin talent pero it's an attribute that you can bank on.
Flaunt. Or
Sorry
you
ka
can
na lang,
flex.
'di ba? Kung hindi ka
Yeah.
ganoon kung ako kung
Oo.
sexy ako na chick, malaki joga ako, hindi gagayan din ako.
Well, yeah.
Ba't ako magdo-drawing pa, 'di ba? drawing TikTok. And also may tawag dito, may hindi man magagawa yan habang buhay And who knows kung
Yun din.
ano pang mga ginagawa nila sa buhay nila, 'di ba? It's easy to judge that these people are parang shallow, pero di mo rin naman malalaman.
Tama.
Anyway,
I mean, in the end of the day, I think TikTok is like it's like another form of entertainment. You know, it's basically random people entertaining random people. However, there are times lang talaga na I guess if a said person has a natural degree of charisma or magaling lang ng content niya, they become famous by their own right. But otherwise, TikTok it's basically what it is. It's random people entertaining random people.
yeah. And also doon ka magtataka sa internet Yan, katulad nitong, I don't know how many followers these people have. Pero, merong, hindi ko sila kilala, di ba? Ito, Jelay
Yeah.
Andres, sikat to. YouTuber to mga to Nagko-cross
Yeah, that's another thing.
nagko-cross cross platform na lang sila.
Yeah, or vice versa, TikToker, pag halimbawa, from TikTok sumikat ka, many of them will start asking, many of your followers will ask you, wala po kayong YouTube account, wala po kayong ganyan. Kasi, obviously, with 1 minute, it can be limiting. No? The time is too limiting.
Oo.
And if your content is, let's say if your content isn't patawa or dancing, you will need more time.
Oo.
Unless you're doing a dance tutorial, ibang usapan yan.
Well, itong si Kim Domingo pala to Mga artista na yan, 'di ba?
Yeah. May mga artista din who are on TikTok. A lot of artistas are on TikTok. Especially now with the I suppose with the quarantine kicking in, a lot of artistas got on TikTok.
Magawa ka ng YouTube na compilation ng mga TikTok mo, 'di ba?
Yeah.
Katulad
I'm on the
nun,
works for that.
'di ba? Ilagay mo na madali na 'yun. Ano mo na lang, iahanay mo na lang. Kumbaga palima-lima. Parang every time na makakalima ka na TikTok
Upload
video,
din.
upload mo parang batch 1 of Chef Joseph
Tama.
Diaz. 'Di ba? Para pag
Yeah.
naghanap sila, this is my YouTube channel. You can with 42,000 followers. Tingin ko mga baka a few days nang monetized ka na. Sayang din yun. Kasi 1,000 followers lang kailangan mo to get monetized on YouTube eh. Tapos and it's your content. Kasi hindi ka naman gumagamit ng mga tag ito, ng mga songs dun sa dun sa mga tag ito sa mga videos mo. Teka, meron akong gusto na meron akong kasi yung later on yung mga videos mo sa TikTok mas maganda na mas kapag gumanda na yung I don't know if it's
mas nag-refine.
Mas maganda na yung editing.
Well, I do have scroll up pa or try going to my task pa.
Is this it?
That was only a few days after my that's my binagoangan bagnet video. Can you scroll up to my task? Going up.
Pinoy style spaghetti. To?
Well, the Pinoy style would be my most recent, and then the Kinuday would be my most recent as well. Yeah.
Alin yung ito na lang muna. Kasi recent
siya.
Or
Or if you want, I also have my Bicol Express Lumpia.
Sige. Nakita ko yun kanina. Bicol Express Lumpia. Wow, Lumpia na Bicol Express.
Yeah, which also became many of my followers were like, "Wow, Bicol Express Lumpia." Parang, I like taking two items and trying to combine them just for fun, It's like putting a twist on dishes.
Okay, let's watch this. Teka, laki natin yung screen. Okay, so
recipe request. Today I'll teach you how to make my Bicol Express Lumpia. Red onions, bay leaf, and star anise. There you go. Ginger and garlic.
There you go.
Saute. Packing in some ground pork. Oh yeah. Paminta. There you go. Patis. You make it halo. Add beef stock and lemongrass. Chili.
Yung joke na nga yan Make it halo.
Add kata. Let this cook until there's no liquid left. Now it's time to strain the pork. Let that oil drip. So much mantika, pare.
Mantika galore.
Tablespoon of ground meat. Egg wash. Make it pahid.
Egg.
Roll it up tight. Flame on! Oh yeah.
Flame
and
on.
now is the time to deep fry, baby. Ladies and gents, come on.
And there you go.
Anong lasa nung dapat pag pumunta ako dyan, gumawa ka niyan, man.
Bicol Express.
Sige ba. It was parang basically what I did was the flavor profile or the flavors of a Bicol Express.
Mm-hmm.
I put it in ground pork. And then
okay.
And then after cooking it and everything like that, basically the ground pork tastes like Bicol Express na. At one give or take. Mm-hmm. And then after that, just to make it extra, I was like, sige, let's wrap it up in some in lumpia, deep fry, and then ito, Bicol Express lumpia. And then eat it with some vinegar or spiced, yung mga sweet spiced vinegar. Panalo. And there you go.
What kind of people nakikita mo ba yung demographic ng mga viewers mo? Hindi lang I'm guessing hindi lang mga Pilipino nakakanood niyan.
Yeah. There are a few foreigners. Although predominantly Pinoy talaga. Predominantly Pinoy. And of course, I've also encountered maybe some excuse me, sorry. Mm-hmm. I've encountered some followers na siguro are not too fond of the idea na who's this guy making Bicol Express lumpia? Who's this guy making binagoongan bagnet?
Okay.
Some of them would leave some not so pleasant comments. Pero yung mga to those people, it's like, whatever, man. Parang, if you don't like my recipe, that's okay. Pero for me, that's the fun in cooking. The fun of being a chef is culinary arts, and art is subjective. Now, it's not. I'm not naman saying that it's my own or anything like that. I'm just saying it's like an experiment. I like to have fun with different flavors that still work, that still complement one another.
Oh, well,
or like this one here. Yeah.
Okay.
This is my kinuday carbonara.
Ano yung kinuday?
So,
Hindi ko alam yung putahe na yun.
Okay. Kinuday is basically smoked meat or smoked pork meat from the
Okay.
region of where my lola was from. She comes from Sablan Benguet.
Mhm.
Shout out nga pala sa mga taga Sablan Benguet. Hello.
Oo.
So my mom is Ibaloy.
Mhm.
And back then the Ibaloys, they had this curing process of pork, and that is a kinuday. And the
Curing?
kinuday was
Did you say curing?
yeah,
Okay.
parang curing, salting, ganun.
Okay.
And
To preserve it.
for them to preserve, yes.
Okay.
And for them, that's like ano yan, that's a kinuda is a very prestigious thing to have on the table.
Oh.
Pinapangregalo nila yan dati. Like, if they give you kinuday, parang ano yan, uy, wow, pare, salamat. You know? Hindi
Kumbaga
biro yan.
pangmayaman na putahe yan sa sa Ibaloy culture.
By Ibaloy standards way back then.
Wow.
And luckily, my uncle, he has his own recipe of doing the kinuday.
Mhm.
And
Which one
at
is
the time
this
when
here? Dito.
well, that's another thing. It's very regional in the north.
Oo.
Meron din kasi Sagada has their own version. If I'm not mistaken, I think the people from Sagada call it etag. If I'm not mistaken, correct me.
Etag.
Some call it etag. But in the region where my mom is, it's called kinuday.
Is it like Is it like parang bagnet? Anong pinagkaiba niya sa bagnet? Parang ganun din ang itsura sa akin eh.
Well, yeah, yung cut niya is normally the pork belly. No? It's normally that area, and it's either smoked or cured, and then it has a very strong, salty, smoky flavor. It's hard to explain in words. Iba talaga pag tinikman mo eh. Pero ito it wouldn't be fair to say bacon, but I guess that's the closest thing I can think of. Yeah, it's like saying, I mean, just to satisfy the curiosity, no? Let's just say it's
jerky.
Parang ganon, para siyang may pagka-bacon yung dating, ganon, you know.
Parang pork jerky, parang ganun ba? Na mas makapal.
Pwede rin, pwede rin. And the flavor is very strong. Talagang pagkagat mo, you'll taste the smoke right away. Very smoky flavor. Sarap pare.
Which part of the pig is this? Belly or
the pork belly, yeah. Popularly the pork belly.
Okay.
Kasi they need some fat in between.
Okay.
Kaya sabi ko, the closest thing I can compare it to is maybe the bacon. But again, I'm putting it out there. It wouldn't be fair to compare it to bacon either.
Okay. Iba rin talaga. Iba yung, kumbaga, it's a different experience when you taste it compared to bacon.
Iba talaga. Yeah, iba talaga.
I should try that minsan.
If I get some more, yeah. I get some more. Luckily, my uncle kasi made a batch. And he sent it over to us before the lockdown happened.
Talaga? How long does it last? Kasi I'm guessing kasi back then, of course, walang refrigeration, especially in the mountains. That's why they have to preserve their catch as long as possible. Yung mga nahuhuli nilang mga hinahunt nila doon, 'di ba? Do they do it also with chicken, mga ganyan, or other livestock?
Not that I am familiar of. I won't lie, I'm a bit ignorant in that sense. I will need to speak to my uncle first.
Okay.
But I am certain of is a kinuday. Yun, certain ako dun.
Grabe, no? There's so much obscure culture from that region, no? That are not What other Ibaloy things can you share with us na parang ano? Kasi that is parang mysterious, not just mysterious, it's parang enigmatic eh. Kasi there's may mga shaman, yun ng mga parang region na may shaman beliefs pa eh, 'di ba? Even up to now. So it's very unique yung mga tao at kultura dun sa region na yun ng Pilipinas. So what are the things that you can share with us?
Well, here's another thing linked to the kinuday. The reason why, well, again, there might be a few alterations here and there, But the reason why the Kinuday practice even happened was because um, it's something that happens after a ritual.
Mm-hmm.
Like like there are times kasi back then they would have this a ritual called the kanyao.
Oh.
So a kanyao can happen when you want to consult supposedly the ancestors or the deceased, or if
Mm-hmm.
you have a problem and you want to ano. And the kanyao basically consists of yeah, you will have some sort of parang high priest present. They will
Mm-hmm.
perform the ritual and they will sacrifice a pig.
Mm-hmm.
And upon sacrificing the pig, of course they will cook it and then they will feast, and that will more or less conclude the kanyao after what the high priest has to say, no?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, those dance. I remember those dances. My lola used to do those dances as well.
Talaga? Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Kala ko
Now,
ginagawa yan paggabi. Kala ko
uh,
paggabi yung usual na ano.
mm, I guess now in the modern days, people have adapted to whatever is more, how do you say, convenient for them.
I think parang meron pa daw parang proper na kailangan mong gawin while watching. Parang may I don't know how to describe kung ano, parang may decorum pa sa mga participants. I'm not sure.
uh, oh, well, back when I was there, ano lang talaga, just keep quiet and observe. Just don't interrupt.
Mm.
Mga ganun. Which is, I guess, basic naman for anyone when observing some sort of event or gathering. Diba? Of course,
Mm.
just be quiet. You be respectful. You observe. Okay.
Have you witnessed a kanyao ritual yourself?
Uh, I witnessed not a kanyao ritual. I did witness this other ritual. Unfortunately, I cannot remember the exact words.
Mm.
In this case, one of my lolas sacrificed a chicken,
Mm.
and I was the guy literally holding down the legs of the chicken.
Oh.
So it was me holding the legs of the chicken. Uh, I think someone to my left and right, yung mga parang helpers namin,
Mhm.
was holding one wing of the chicken, the other one was holding the other wing.
Oh,
And
poor
as
chicken. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
oh pare,
Oo.
talagang sacrifice talaga.
Oo.
And as they began the I don't know if this is a bit too visual or vocal, but as they began cutting the neck
Oo.
of the chicken,
Oo.
uh, my lola was parang speaking in their native tongue, which I honestly cannot even understand.
Mhm.
So, ayan, that ritual, I saw it and I experienced it firsthand. I got to
Oo.
see that. Yeah.
How old were
And
you back then? Ilang taon ka? So, hindi ka
I
naman
was,
bata.
yeah, I was 16,
Okay. So,
17.
matanda ka na
Yeah.
rin. Hindi ka na bata talaga.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, teenager ako nun, teenager.
How did they explain it to you? As somebody na hindi lumaki doon?
Ah, parang they said na this is the practice here, and that sometimes when we want to consult uh, our family members that are no longer with us, yung mga ganun, there is a ritual for doing so. Because upon sacrificing, I forgot to mention, upon sacrificing the chicken or the pork, they collect the blood. They collect
Okay.
the blood on a bowl or on a plate. And supposedly, the high priest or the one in charge of whoever is placed in charge of the entire ordeal, by
Mhm.
looking at the blood, by looking at the plate, can more or less tell the answer to the question being requested.
So what was the
I,
question? Anong kailangan niya dun sa mga namatay? At sabi, ano ba pala? Diba?
oh,
Masaplado, no?
well, nung,
Paano ba ako ini-istorbo mga hayop kayo? Okay.
di mo pinatulog no? Parang ganun eh.
Kumbaga parang,
Well, nung time na yan, of course I was 16, medyo hazy na yung memories ko. Pero
Oo.
I think there was a bit of a dispute amongst one relative with another relative.
Oh.
And yeah, of course, internal disputes occur.
Mm-mm.
And personally, I was just there to pay a visit to my family.
Oo.
I wasn't even aware na may issue na pala, na may dispute.
Mm.
let alone that there was gonna be this sacrificing of the chicken thing. So, of course, my mom was like, "Oh, you help your lola, you do what she says." I was like, "Oh, okay, sige. Oh, ito may manok, biglang may manok na dito. Okay, I'll just hold the chicken, I guess." Talagang nung panahon na yan, sunod sa utos lang eh. Alam mo yun? So, I really didn't know.
Grabe, no?
But yeah, it was just like afterwards and even in retrospect, when I fully understood that I was more or less being exposed to the practices of the Ibaloy way. So it was definitely a learning experience. It was an experience in its own. Uh, and it makes it's nice to know these things. Parang personally kasi I believe in you should acknowledge your background, where you come from, you know. So it's one thing to say na, oh yeah, I'm half Filipino, but how many can say I'm actually part Ibaloy as well? You know what I mean? So personally, I think it's cool. And it's just nice to know those things.
Grabe, no? And, teka. Gusto kong tanungin kung anong sinabi, eh. Kung anong nirespond to. Wag kayo magkaway.
Yung the actual answer, hindi ko talaga maalala, pre. Hindi ko talaga maalala yun. Pero parang I think they came to an agreement na parang, okay, let's just live like this and you live like that and we'll live peacefully. Parang gano'n na lang ata yung nangyari.
Bakit may mga damit? Ano, mga damit ba yan? Bakit sila may damit
okay.
kaya,
This one in this video, I'm actually not familiar with this one.
Okay.
The clothes, that's something I'm not familiar with.
Oh.
Kasi another thing is, a lot of people tend to easily confuse the Ibaloy with the other neighboring tribes like Kanai. Depending on where, on what area of the north you're pertaining to. No? Like, halimbawa, Sagada and Sablan are two totally different places and two totally different cultures in themselves. However, the practices, the dances, the sacrifices, the concept of it all is there. And I guess that's where it can get confusing. I mean, personally, ako din I get confused sometimes, and I get corrected also by the historians or by the professionals.
Well, mga ano yan eh, mga it's great na we still get to get a glimpse of these kinds of traditions and culture na to many of us here in the city are already lost, di ba? Kasi pag nakakita ka dito bigla, paglabas mo sa labas ng village yun, biglang may nagkaganyan.
Oo.
Di ba ba? Binawan niya yung manok! Di ba?
Nakaiba eh, no?
Di ba? Pero, di ba, makakita ka sa gitna ng SM, biglang may nagganyan. Di ba? Parang ano eh, parang wow, anong trip nyo, 'di ba? Baka tumawag ka pa ng police eh.
Pare, grabe.
Pero it's tradition, and probably done a version of this had been done also here in dito sa area na titirhan natin back in the day, no?
Back in the day, yeah. Who knows, diba? Who knows? Yeah.
Grabe yung mga
I'll just, napansin ko eh. Hello, Chef Kiz Lucido. Hello, Chef.
Kiz Lucido. Yeah, thanks for watching.
She's also a chef. She's a great pastry chef. Grabe yung mga cakes niya, mga desserts niya, panalo. You guys should check her out. Chef Kiz. Hello, thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, so teka, balik tayo sa TikTok.
Yeah. Ayun, isa siya sa mga TikToker chefs din nga pala.
Talaga?
Kaya kami naging friends eh.
Hanapin natin ng mga ano niya, ng TikTok. So madami kayong chef na TikTokers?
So it would seem, yeah. There's parang unting-unting mga ibang chefs nagkakaroon ng TikTok accounts na rin eh. And syempre, if you by chance, as I said, diba, in TikTok there is the FYP or the For You page. And in the event na naintindihan ng TikTok na okay, mahilig tong taong to sa cooking videos and sa ganito, they'll show you more TikTokers who produce the same content.
Okay.
And ayan, lo and behold, si Chef Kiz.
Oo.
Ayan, yung mga products niya, grabe. Ang sarap,
Oo.
diba? Mga cakes, desserts. And it's one thing to be a pastry chef. Normally, magkahiwala yan.
Oo.
There's the chef and there's a pastry chef. Kasi the work of a pastry chef alone, sobrang kain oras na yan.
Oo nga, no? Iba yung...
Ay, Chef Kiz, thank you po. Kinompliment ako ni Chef Kiz.
Oo.
Thank you, Chef.
Guwapings naman talaga yan. So anyway, galing. So, anong nakakailang clips ka? Gaano katagal mo bago magawa yung isang TikTok video mo? Kasi ang daming cuts nun no?
Yeah, madaming cuts. Syempre isang minuto mukhang mabilis lang, 'di ba? Pero most of my dishes kasi on average, I think it's safe to say it takes me about 2 hours to 3 hours to shoot. Kasi syempre, lulutuin mo pa yung putahe, di ba? Eh minsan, the dish will take, let's say, an hour and a half to just simmer. But there was this one time I had this dish, I called it beef steak bulalo. Eh, yung bulalo kasi, shank yun beef shank yun. And the cut of the shank takes about at least 3 hours to simmer. So when I shot that video, it took me about 5 hours in total. Diba? Kasama na dyan yung multiple trial and errors mo, kasama na dyan yung cooking time mo, yung paghihiwa ng mga bawang, sibuyas, etc.
Have you ruined the dish because of a TikTok video?
Alam mo, there was this one dish, grabe. I totally scrapped the entire video. I was shooting it for TikTok. While I was shooting this dish, I had orders then. So admittedly, yung mind ko was a bit focused on the paying customer. Tapos ngayon, itong isang putahe na to na pang TikTok sana, medyo hindi ko na napansin na nasusunog na pala. And by the time na na-realize ko na, ay crap, sunog na siya. Parang wala na. Too late na. And I was like, I can't show this on TikTok, di ba? Ano yan? Guys, ito nga pala nasunog ko.
Well, pwede mong gawing, you can also, parang pwede mo rin siyang gawing, fail.
Fail.
Di ba parang,
alam mo, sige, sa susunod, gawa na ng fail videos.
Di ba parang, kasi, has any one of your viewers tried any of your recipes?
Yes, actually, yes. And
Talaga?
yeah, a few of them also PM'd me on Instagram. And sobrang nakakataba ng puso. Sobrang nakaka-wow. As in, I have this one dish called chicken curry rice. No? So if you think about it, it resembles a biryani. It resembles a chicken biryani. But I don't want to call it biryani either because syempre may mga I have viewers there who are I have viewers who are very detailed and they're like, why you call that biryani? That's not biryani. Yung mga ganun. So I said, you know what, let me rename the dish. Kasi to be fair, it does lack a few ingredients that would otherwise make it actual biryani. Diba? So I called it chicken curry rice. And nakita ng mga ilang viewers ko. Tapos biglang, I got na lang out of the blue, a random photograph. Poop, ganun lang. Sabi ko, oy, it looks like a chicken curry rice. And then biglang sabi niya, Chef, I used your recipe. I cooked it for my family dinner. Sobra silang, sarap na sarap sila. Thank you so much. And when I read that, sobrang, oh wow, that was so nice. Alam mo yung, this is exactly the reason why I'm on TikTok and why I do the things I do.
Oo nga, no? You realize na parang, hindi pala, kumaga, hindi pala, wala lang tong mga pinaggagawa natin na kawirdohan no? When you get responses like that, na parang, even I, sa podcast, pag, when they get moved by by the things that my guests say, and dito mga naririnig nila dito sa podcast, either from me or
Right.
from my guests. Ano and then you realize na parang wow, merong mga may mga naghihintay, 'di ba? May mga natutuwa din talaga, and it gets affected, they get affected by what we are doing. Kasi parang ang
Tama.
ang dodork natin na parang shit, nandito tayo, ba't ginagawa natin?
Oh,
We're too old for this.
I
Pero
know exactly.
'di ba?
Exactly.
Pero
Yeah.
it's also one, well, it definitely is a way of marketing ourselves, 'di ba? And also,
Tama. Tama.
but if you can do it, kasi what you're doing right now, this is the hindi siya mababaw. You can tell na even
Mm.
though you're just starting out as a
Mm.
video creator,
Yeah.
pinaghihirapan mo kasi hindi mahirap gawin 'to eh. Yung
Yeah, yeah.
yung mga cuts na ginagawa mo dito, mga 1
Mm.
second, and just writing the things that yung script,
Yeah.
and
What the
how you tell the
uh,
story, provided that with the limited time that you have.
time that you
Diba?
have? Yes. So what I like to do nga before I start my video, I have a notebook downstairs,
Mm-hmm.
and I literally write there. Pardon my terminology sa mga film majors dyan. So,
Oh.
uh, what I do in the notebook is like scene one. Kunwari lang,
Mm.
scene one, show onions, carrots, celery being tossed in the pan. So, okay, that's scene one. Tapos scene two, kunwari lang, show
Mm.
ground pork being put in the pan. Scene three, insert something funny here. Mga ganun. Kasi
Oh.
I also try to, as much as I can, I try to inject humor in my videos whenever I can.
Oh.
I mean, let's not forget, TikTok is for entertainment as well.
Mm.
So, ayan, every scene featured on the TikTok vid has been more or less thought of para masulit mo yung 1 minute mo.
Mm.
And in the end, you can actually show your viewers na this is how you do it. At least you
Mm.
get to show them the important parts. Na make sure you have this. Make sure you have that. Tapos sila na lang bahala mag-piece together. No? Kasi 1 minute is still 1 minute, and you can only do so much after all. But bottom line, it's fun. It's rewarding. And yun nga, as I said, knowing that you have followers who look up to you. And as I said, I always wanted to try my hand in teaching anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like TikTok is a perfect platform for me right now.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, maybe soon I will hop onto YouTube as well for more detailed cooking instructions.
Well,
Or
start with
for,
gawin mo yung sinabi ko. Start with
yeah,
uploading
piecing the
'di ba?
videos together, no?
So first batch na okay, lagyan mo ng months. Let's say January. My videos for that number video TikTok videos for January. While you're thinking of other content to produce
Yeah,
for your YouTube channel. Kasi ang
tama,
bilis
tama.
niyan. Sabi ko sa iyo, sayang din yung you can monetize this because these are original content talaga.
Yeah,
Diba?
yeah.
These are original
Of
content.
course.
And I'm sure yung mga kasi merong mga I tried kasi YouTube is a very helpful tool to yung mga DIY shit, 'di ba? Yung baga,
Yes.
on anything. Let's say meron kang computer problem. Paano ba, bakit
Hmm.
ba laging ganito yung bawa audio? Why is my mic not showing, 'di ba? So hahanapin mo doon. Tapos makikita mo
Tama.
you just want you just want the instructions to be straight to the point. Tapos makikita mo hahanapin lang noon yung folder. It's a 10-minute video, 'di ba? Tapos,
Tama.
tapos hahanapin mo pa doon kung alin yung 'di ba,
Kung alin doon,
nakakainis.
di ba?
'Di ba pa, yung
Oo.
pala, yun lang naman pala kung ano pa pinagsasabing hype ka.
Yun na nga eh.
'Di ba? So,
That's what I,
eto, at least, okay, pause. Ganun pala, okay. Tapos ganun itsura.
tama.
Kasi ang kailangan mo lang naman makita mo kung ano yung kung tama yung ginagawa mo. Dapat if you're gonna ask me of somebody who doesn't who doesn't cook, parang pag parehas ang nakikita ko doon sa ginagawa ko at saka doon sa video mo, ibig
good job
sabihin
na.
tama yung ginagawa ko, 'di ba?
Tama. Oh.
So parang
Precisely.
I'm on the right track, 'di ba?
Precisely. That's what I wanted my content to be. Educational and entertaining under 1 minute. That's basically it. Those are my 3 tiers. And every time I think of a new content to post, every time I think of a new dish to post, that is a challenge that I have to confront. Okay, how do I squeeze all this information into 1 minute while it's still entertaining? Because you have to admit, kids, I mean, even when I was a kid, they don't like boring teachers. No offense sa mga teachers dyan.
Of course.
Pero,
yeah mo,
diba?
Boring teachers need to be offended. Joke lang.
Diba? If you want to capture the attention of the younger generation, of the kids, you need to be entertaining. So I do my best. I'm not saying I'm good at it. I'm not saying I've mastered it. As I said, with every new video, I always try to improve myself and try to find ways, So yeah,
okay, let's say hi to maybe this is your relative from Italy, man. So Miss Maria Novella Martinoli.
Oh, yes.
Martinoli
hello.
What's watching.
Hello. Oh, my family in Italy. Hello. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, so, share the video to everyone. And JC is doing your battle cry, man. Maybe
JC?
he missed. Oh, yeah, no.
Oh.
It's on the screen.
I can't see it right. Ayun. Yo, JC. I hope you're happy, bro. I hope you're happy.
Did you get to watch JC? Did you get to watch the start of the video? Parang he did it full screen, man.
I don't know. Probably not. He's ano kasi JC from Canada nga pala.
Okay.
So baka tulog pa siya at the time. If it was 9, we started 9 p.m. diba? Baka 9 a.m. baka pagising pa yun.
He's sleep commenting right now. Tulog talaga siya. Pero
diba? Parang muscle memory na yan no? Type the words alalalala.
Naka 9 o'clock yung 9 o'clock yung live ni JJ, 'di ba? Tinandaan niya. Anyway,
JC, thanks for tuning in,
JC.
bro.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in.
Anyway, so yung broth, does it really affect the taste? When you diba? Parang totoo ba where's that part? Does it make a difference talaga? Yung broth water nung galing sa hindi ko nakita.
Personally kasi like ako, I cook pasta, right? Mm-hmm. And the pasta broth always tends to leave a certain flavorful taste behind. So technically, you don't have to do that. Pero alam mo yun, since I do it, right there. Since I do it when I cook pasta, I said to myself, why not apply it to instant ramen as well?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, parang ganun. Kasi it still has a little flavor naman kahit pa paano. And you just need a small amount of water to parang lubricate the noodles a bit. You don't want it to stick too much, So a little water goes a long way.
Is it parang does it add starchy taste ganon?
Not necessarily naman. I mean, sa konti ng tubig na yan.
Oo nga, di ba?
It's just to parang lubricate it a bit, to keep it moist.
And might as well use that water that
yes,
na
pinagkuluan. Yeah.
Oo nga, no? Okay. Yeah. So that was really the intention to lubricate it. Lubricate, no? Lubricate.
Sorry for the choice of words, man.
Di ba?
Si JC daw just woke up from insomnia.
Oo nga, no?
Nako, bro. Ay, nako. Ako din may insomnia na ako. I mean, the past day said I'd fall asleep at 4 in the morning. And then, actually, today I woke up, pare, grabe. I fell asleep at 4 or 5 in the morning. Today I woke up mga past Oras na ba? 2
I, don't-
o'clock or something?
I
Grabe.
wouldn't call it insomnia kasi I have a fucked up body clock. Pero
Oo.
kasi I think hanggat nakakatulog ka pa ng enough, I think it's not insomnia. I don't know what's
Yeah, okay,
the
to be
correct
fair.
definition of insomnia, no?
Definition.
Ano ba insomnia? Let's look it up. Pero
I think
kasi
it's...
yung body clock ko talaga kanina. Well, I watched UFC kasi kanina. I woke up early. So natulog
Okay.
ako mga 5 yata or 4. 4. And
Okay.
then past 4 na yun. Baka almost 5 na. And mga 5 hours din pala. So medyo bitin pa rin, 'di ba? Maganda sana kasi usually mga 6 to 7 hours ako na yung tulog ko para okay ang gising ko eh. And also, I had to medyo nagkakakahol yung mga aso kanina umaga. And they sleep with me in the room eh. So
Mm,
nung nagising ako, I woke up mga 9:30. Tapos yun, medyo hindi maganda yung gising ko kasi maganda kasing gising either 1 hour mga power nap kasi is 20 minutes eh. Kasi I always do power naps para
okay.
instead of parang whenever inaantok na ako sa when I work kasi I draw eh. I
Yeah. Yeah.
common sa akin na mag all-nighter. So, syempre, minsan, and that would go for let's say 2 to 3 days, 'di ba? And syempre it's taxing. So what I do instead of kumbaga minaster ko yung pagpa-power nap. Kasi instead of parang tatapusin mo, papas diminished na yung ang bagal mo ng mag-drawing, 'di ba? Hindi na
Okay. Oh.
you're not thinking hindi in an optimal level. So but if you sleep, parang mare-refresh ka for you're gonna be good for another 6 hours. At least.
Right, right.
'Di
At
ba?
least,
Kasi
no?
nakaano ka at least. Pero I think I can only do it 3 times. If I power nap mga third time, putya, ano na, parang hindi ko na kaya. Kailangan ko na talagang matulog. 'Di ba?
Oo.
Kasi hindi na kaya ng 20 minutes, 3 hour. Pero
Parang band-aid lang yan eh. Band-aid solution lang yung power nap eh.
no eh.
Nothing beats an actual good sleep, diba?
No, kasi if I can work straight for let's say 12 hours straight, 12 to 16 hours. Pero pag naka 12 hours straight na kasi ako, syempre pagod ka na, 'di ba? Kahit
Oo,
nakaupo ka
tama.
lang. So your brain is just parang it gets tired. And
Tama.
although I can still work for another 4 hours siguro, pero diminished na yung ano ko eh, yung brain power ko eh. So instead of just slugging it out, I'm gonna take a power nap para ma-refresh siya.
Mm.
Kasi ang one thing that I learned, sabi nila, syempre hindi ko alam talaga. Pero sabi nila, when you sleep, parang your brain actually may mga gunk na nabubuo. Tapos pag nag-sleep ka, parang na-flash out 'yun sa
Talaga?
brain, parang physical na parang ganun. So kaya ka, ewan ko
Mm.
basta literally may mga nabubuong particles diyan tapos they get flushed out when you sleep.
Damn. Mm.
So kaya isa pang thing if you're trying to acquire a new skill or you're
Mm.
practicing something. You're practicing
Okay.
something. But the best way to practice that o let's say tutugtog ka na piyesa. Yun na lang para mas solid, no? So there's a
Mm.
song that you're practicing. You practice it before you sleep. Kasi when you sleep, mare-reinforce yung memory mo, yung muscle memories mo for that
Ah,
task.
for that particular, no? Oo.
Oo, for that particular na trabaho. So
Nice, nice.
so yun yung isang ewan ko mabibuild up siguro yung mga neural connections, I don't know, yung mga
Well, it has been said many times naman, diba? Sleep is when the body heals. I mean,
mm,
even for, like, ako, diba, when I was losing weight, one of the goals, one of the payo sa akin ng mga instructors and stuff like that. Kasi back then when I was trying to lose the weight, akala ko basta banat lang ng banat sa gym and
Oo.
then stay on a caloric deficit, ox na tayo, di ba? I'll see results. Eh, at the time I was still ignorant. It was when my instructor would say, hindi pare, teka lang, slow it down. Actually, resting is a huge part in your weight loss journey.
Oh.
Yeah, the whole recovery concept. And therefore, you need sleep. As in, hindi talaga ang biro ang sleep. Kasi when you exercise, technically, pinapagod mo sarili mo eh. Diba?
Oh, of course.
You're
Literally.
straining yeah, literally. So, all the more the need for sleep is there. And it goes back to the classic, when you sleep, your body rejuvenates itself, itself. And wash, rinse, repeat. And the next thing you know, boom. Diba? You feel much better.
Pero,
Yeah, I don't. Ah, yeah. Sorry.
well, yun yung sinasabi ko, yung kasi there's ang pinakamabilis na when you sleep kasi, if you wake up in the wrong part of sleep, kasi may let's say in the middle of an REM, nagra-rapid eye movement ka, tapos biglang biglang nagising ka. Kasi ang yung ang usual na power nap ko would be 20 minutes. So 20 minutes I feel refreshed. Pero pag lumagpas yun, meron akong mag-alarm clock ako ng 20 minutes for a power nap. Pero pag hindi ko ginawa, pag lumagpas ako pag naging 1 hour yun, o kaya mga 40 minutes, nagising ako 40 minutes, wala dun sa rhythm ng sleep mo na kumbaga magigising ka dun sa
At a certain time.
hindi maganda na kumbaga okay ka pag nagising ka ng 20 minutes pero pag 40 minutes masakit ang ulo mo bigla.
Yeah.
'Di ba? Although it's not the length of the sleep eh. It's waking up at the right time of the dun sa cycle ng sleep. Pag nagkamali ka ng gising, masama yung gising mo and you feel basta hindi ka refreshed, which is weird, 'di ba? Parang ang labo nun kasi ang isang mga pag nagising ka ng mga 3 hours, hindi maganda yung gising mo. 3 hours. Mas okay pa natulog ka ng 20 minutes. Parang gano'n. 1 hour nga parang hindi pa rin masyado eh. Although minsan nasasanay na rin ako ng 1 hour. What I do is if I need to sleep for an hour, if I have 1 hour to sleep, I'm gonna set my alarm clock 20 minutes. Ganun. Para pag nakatulog ako, 20 minutes siya. Oh, 'di ba?
May waking period of every 20 minutes.
Oo, ganun. So, okay, pwede pa ako matulog. I have meron akong extra 1 hour kasi if I'm gonna do all-nighters anyway, yung first 2 days lang naman yung talagang hectic eh. Na parang okay, yun yung gagawin ko. Tapos syempre may matatapos ako, 'di ba? So by the time na after 2 days, I would have mga at least 5 hours na sleep na komportable na ako. So it's just a matter of that at least dun sa mga nagiging trabaho ko, that is parang yung cycle. Pero yung it took me a while. Kung hindi ko nabasa to, I wouldn't have figured it out eh. That there are times of timing ng paggising during sleep, 'di ba?
There's also that, yeah.
'Di ba? Magtataka ka bakit ang haba ng tulog ko tapos hindi pa rin ako okay.
Parang hindi ka refreshed, no?
Oo, 'di ba? Pag 5 hours ang tulog mo, hindi ka parang ang hassle gumising eh. 5 hours.
Oh, it's true.
Kailangan magising ka muna ng ewan ko ganun yung ginagawa ko eh. Dun sa cycle ng
your sleep cycle.
Oh.
Well, speaking of sleep cycle, ngayon ko lang nakita, si JC was able to fall asleep at 6 a.m.
Oh.
I think after being up for about 20 hours of doing nothing.
Doing nothing. Grabe. Swerte naman tong si JC.
Ang
Astig,
sarap ng
no?
buhay mo, bro.
Pero ang lapit niya pag 26 a.m. At yung pinaka-worst ko, well, I wouldn't say it worst kasi may ginagawa naman ako. Kasi I'm working, 'di ba? Which is I'm thankful to be working. Pero minsan maaabot ako ng 10 a.m. Doon pa lang ako matatapos. Tuloy-tuloy 'yun.
Grabe.
And there's one thing that is weird about me na even before, kahit yung dating-dati pa, college pa lang ako, ang optimal time period ko na na parang ganado ako magtrabaho, na parang ang bilis ng pag-iisip ko is 3 a.m. until 8 a.m. 'Di ba?
3
Ang weird.
a.m.
Ang weirdo 'di ba? Basta ang bilis kong mag-drawing, ang bilis kong magsulat, ang bilis ng mga ideas. Tapos
wow.
dead hours ko ang 12 a.m. to 3 a.m. Kumbaga kahit anong gusto kong try kong mag-drawing, ang bagal ko, parang I'm dragging my hand, 'di ba?
Yeah.
Diba?
Parang it's
Of course I get I'm still able to work, pero parang di ako ganado. Tapos sometimes I would just use that instead of okay, magpapahinga na muna ako.
Call of Duty Mobile muna no?
Oo nga,
So pag pag alas 4 ng umaga at online ka sa sa COD Mobile, laro tayo.
ikaw ba may ganun ka? Ng mga parang what time of the day are you most efficient? May ganun ka ba? Or not really?
Well, assuming I go to bed at 1 a.m. kasi dati my normal sleep schedule would be I'd sleep at around 1. Sobrang late na yung 2 o'clock a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Tapos bangon ako mga 7, ganun, 7:30.
Mm-hmm.
That used to be my sleep schedule. But ever since the quarantine occurred, sobrang out of whack siya.
Oh.
So, yun nga, like a few days ago, I fell asleep at 5:30 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I'd wake up mga 2 p.m. the next day. So, yung feeling na, parang wala akong nagawa, parang wala akong na-achieve. But going back to the, if it's the sleep schedule of sleeping at 1 a.m. and waking up at 7, for me, the time would be, my most productive is somewhere between 11 to 2 p.m. Pagsapit ng mga 3, medyo inaantok na naman ako. But at that point, linalaban ko na rin antok kasi syempre 3 p.m. na eh. And then pretty soon, dinner time na. Then after dinner time, alam mo yun, work and stuff like that. It really depends kasi on how busy my schedule could be.
Talaga. Makes me wonder when I was a kid, siguro hanggang buong elementary days ko. That's why pag nakakita ako ng bata na na gising pa past 9 p.m., nawiwirdohan ako dati eh. Kasi dati sa amin, well, probinsyado din naman kasi kami. Wala pang mga cable sa amin. So, pagdating ng 9 p.m., usually nag-sign off na yung 10 p.m. na yung sign off na yung mga TV, di ba? Tapos,
tama.
Tapos, 9 p.m., mga boring na yung palabas nun, di ba? Parang hindi na pambata. Di ba?
Black and white na wala nakaka-enjoy.
Hindi ko na, o kaya yung late night news na kung bata ka, you're not really interested with watching that. Di ba?
You don't care about that.
Di ba? So, basically, parang pagdating ng 8, basta pag 9, sobrang gabi na para sa akin yun. Na parang if I'm still awake past 9, parang wow, ang astig ko, parang gano'n. Gano'n feeling ko. Tapos you get to sleep. You get to sleep until siguro 8 hours din talaga eh. Kasi gigising ako mga 4 o'clock. Oo nga, kasi may service. Hindi lang 5. So 9 hours ang tulog ko dati. Almost regularly, mga 5:30.
Wow.
Weird. Ang haba, no? Ang haba. Okay.
Haba.
Kasi,
well, when you're young naman, you need the sleep, di ba? Sabi nila.
Oo ano.
Uh, uh,
Grabe. Tapos ngayon, ang pinaka, if I sleep right now, let's say, 11, magigising ako ng 4 a.m.
Talaga?
Oh, 4
Grabe.
a.m. Mga
5 hours.
4 or 5. 4 or 5. If I sleep, kaya ayaw kong ano eh. That's why, there have been plenty of times, at least once a month, nangyayari sa akin na I would sleep, uh, I would need to just stay awake para makatulog ako ng 10 p.m. that day. So, kumbaga kasi nagising na ako ng 5. Kumbaga parang, hindi, let's say magigising ako ng, aantokin ako 5 p.m. 'Di ba?
Okay.
Let's say, basta ang gagawin ko para lang ma-reset yung body clock ko, I'll just power through the entire day para makatulog ako ng maaga that evening.
Then wake up
Para
on the set.
para paggising ko mga 4 a.m. okay ako. And I can be a morning person again.
But I won't lie, I do miss having some structure. I do miss I don't know. Siguro kasi because of the nature of my job, no. I need to be up at a certain time to purchase ingredients. If you want quality ingredients, you have to get it at a certain time of day, di ba?
Oo nga.
So I can't afford to live the owl life, or I can't afford to do that. I mean, primarily because of my business, since it's food and everything. So I look for that. I look for the paggising mo may araw na, di ba? Pag gabi na tulog ka.
For me, para sa akin ng mga night owls na katulad ko, ang ano nun, ang laking achievement sa akin nun, nung parang paggising ko may araw tapos kasi when I wake up at around 4, I would walk the dogs, 'di ba? Syempre wala tapos I get to do some workouts. So pinawisan na ako. Tapos ano pa lang yung araw, 'di ba? Tapos siya ako magkakape. 'Di ba? Tapos tapos magpapaaraw talaga ako para magka-vitamin D ako.
Yun din, no?
'Di ba?
Yun din. Oh.
So parang for me, parang wow, ang kumbaga I cherish that moment pag ganun. And it happens at least once a month. Ngayon naman,
Once a month.
ngayon naman ang regular sleep ko would be gising ako 10 a.m. 10 a.m. ganun. That's my normal kasi natutulog ako ng 4 a.m. Tapos gising ako 10 a.m. or 10 to 12 ganun. So I have the entire afternoon. Ngayon umuulan, 'di ba? Hindi ka na makakalabas, 'di ba? Anyway, yun. That's sleep. So what are your plans for your TikTok journey? Paano yan, tol? Sabi nung pala, speaking of TikTok, sabi nung alam mo ba sa US parang they're thinking of banning TikTok.
Yeah. Oo nga eh.
Kasi it's a Chinese,
I heard of that.
'di ba? Parang Chinese spy, parang may spying na pinaghihinalaan nila.
Yeah, supposedly it's some sort of malware and but here's my 2 cents on the matter in regards to the spying thing. Well, okay, I'm not a techie person, and I saw the Reddit posts. I saw the posts circulating around Facebook. I also have friends who sent me the link, and which I'm very appreciative, by the way. I'm very appreciative that they're trying to look out for me. However, in my humble opinion, I can't help but feel like really honestly, everyone's on Facebook or on Twitter or on any form of social media. And alam mo yung, again, I'm just speaking for myself. I can't help but feel like I wouldn't be surprised if those other apps have info on us as well.
Well, they do definitely.
And they do definitely, yeah.
Oh.
And okay, maybe TikTok might have more than others. But I guess at this point, it's just a risk I'm willing to take for now.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, because of course I read the article very well, and it made sense.
Mm-hmm.
It made a lot of sense as to why people would want to remain on the platform. Diba? It mentioned words like it gives you a taste of virality, if I'm not mistaken, or parang yung magiging viral ka, therefore you're going to want to stay on the app. But little do you know, they're spying on you and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I can't really say much because I'm not a professional nor do I know
No.
much. But for the meantime, I will take my chances, and I still use the app for that purpose. As for America,
Mm-hmm.
well, again, that's their choice.
Mm-hmm.
That's not our government.
Yeah.
But a lot of the American TikTokers, and I say this based on the videos that they've been posting the past 2 3 days, because
Uh-huh.
I tend to follow a lot of American TikTokers as well. The
Mm-hmm.
simple answer to that is okay. If TikTok does go out, here's my Instagram, here's my YouTube, here's my Facebook.
Oh,
So
no.
it's like it's for me, it's the same baloney. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Uh, and if we're gonna make security such a huge issue, I guess first and foremost, everyone should know by now that yes, it's always there. It's always a risk. So
Yeah.
you as a user just need to be very careful of what you put out online.
Mm.
So that's how I see it. If you're careful, there's nothing much to worry about. Now, of course, there are some more personal matters, like let's say possible identity theft or say possible credit card. Uh, well,
Uh,
personally, yeah, sorry.
no, I was about to say parang ano naman ang di ko alam how exactly, but I think parang TikTok is being accused of spying, not to get information from from individuals, like credit card,
Mhm.
mga ganyan,
Yeah,
or
exactly. The
personal,
credit card.
pero it's I think it's more of a national security threat. I don't know how. I would need to research on why, 'di ba?
Yeah,
Paano naging
I
national security threat to? Parang is it too parang widespread na that people in government places na
mhm.
kasi I think Amazon or Apple actually admitted to to yung
to
or Google ata yung to be always yung microphone nila is always on, na lagi silang nakikinig. Teka, Google
yeah, yeah.
admit microphone.
And
Ano siya?
that's exactly going back to my point, right? If you guys want to start bashing TikTok for things like that,
Mm.
how come other brands aren't getting the same things? Like ito nga, Google, diba? Or let's say Instagram or Facebook or anything like that. Honestly, right now everything that's floating on the internet could either be a conspiracy or information that needs more backing, from
Ito,
more reliable sources.
Google is absolutely listening to your
Listening to your
conversations
conversation.
and confirms why people don't trust big tech. This is from inc.com. Wow, Iglesia ni Cristo.
INC.com.
Hindi Iglesia ni Cristo. Ano sabi? Teka. You figure out they were listening, right? Anyway, right? So, it turns out you were right. Every time you talk to your Google Assistant, there's a chance someone might listen to the audio of that conversation, which is revealing for a few reasons. Oh, okay. So every time you just talk to the assistant, do you use that? Yung mga Siri, mga hey Siri, ganyan ganyan.
Well, personally, I do not. Personally, I do not.
Sometimes I
I do
do.
have.
Ganun. Mm.
Uh, I do have a friend though. He managed to automate. Well, he lives in a small apartment, but he managed to automate his television, his lights. So when you hear him, you can hear him say, "Hey Siri, turn on the lights," and the lights go on. Or ganun.
Talaga?
Or yeah, or "Hey Siri, turn on my air conditioning." It'll just turn on. Aliw nga, eh. That guy is a good friend of mine. He's a techie guy as well. He's also one of my friends who sent me that link about TikTok. And
Mm.
but even he had he was 1 foot in, 1 foot out in regards to that. Because if you read the article really well, there's still a lot of questions left unanswered.
Mm.
And I'm not saying I know better. I'm just saying I want more facts. That's all I'm saying.
Oo.
Before I come with my own solid conclusion.
Kasi
Na okay. Yeah.
Kasi if you listen to this, if you just read this headline, Google is absolutely listening to your conversations, di ba? Ang
Right.
bigat talaga eh, parang
Of course.
pero
Yeah,
but
it's
then
gonna
again, what kind of information are they getting from me?
right.
Kasi parang well, I'm just gonna talk for my on my personal parang
Right.
preferences, no? Pero if Google would track yung kung saan ako naglakad, 'di ba? Although there's a creepiness factor na parang
Mm-hmm.
kung saan ka pumunta, 'di ba? And somebody might could just Google could just Google na parang find let's say JJ.
Oh,
'Di ba? Eh,
nasaan na siya ngayon?
nandun
Yeah.
siya, 'di ba?
Oh,
If those information can just be kept private, that would be siguro mas ideal. Although let's say you'll never know when you need it to be public eh. Let's say ano ka. Let's say nawala yung phone mo. Wag na lang yung may hinahanap kang ano. Let's not get morbid. 'Di ba? Parang saan ba ako
yeah.
nagpunta? You can look up kung saan ka nang galing that day, 'di ba?
Right.
So or yung
I mean,
parang
there's even an app to find your lost iPhone, di ba?
oo, 'di
Parang it'll
ba?
tell you na. So obviously, it will need information, and
Mm.
some information may be more sensitive than the other. And
Oo.
which again boils down to the reason why I react this way, the reason why I think this way is because before you guys start losing your shit over things like this, maybe you're forgetting everyone can be searched now.
Oo nga eh, 'di ba?
Unless you're literally off the grid, which is maybe a few select individuals,
Mm.
everyone's practically online.
Mm.
So, but of course, that's with due respect to ano. Of course, I feel like it's one thing to have some information, and another thing to be literally spying on you. Now, if we find if there's more evidence or findings suggesting that yes, this particular social media platform is doing this, and this, which is totally violating your privacy,
Mhm.
then okay, I'll be like, all right, if that's the case, I'm out. Diba?
No.
But for now, we have Instagram, we have Facebook, we have Snapchat, we have what else? Diba? What else do you want to think of? We have Google
Oh.
Earth that can literally find my house on
Mm.
Google Earth,
Oo nga
and
eh, no?
you want to lose your shit over a TikTok,
Well,
I yeah,
I
that's
think
just me.
well, on a personal level, that is I don't think there's a lot to get worried about. Pero kung if it's a national level, parang like yung Cambridge Analytica, yung naging parang they're accusing Trump of using that eh. Pero sa totoo lang tingin ko lahat ng ano eh, even Duterte, yun yung mga tawag dito. Kasi what they do from what I gathered, I don't know if
Mm,
this is how accurate this is. Pero
okay.
uh, parang since and I think they were hidden with the yung mga face app, yung mga ganun, mga apps sa Facebook. Basta
Okay.
yung mga which let's say Game of Thrones character are you? Yung mga ganyan
Oh
ganyan.
yeah, that one. Yung mga ganun.
Yung mga ganun, 'di ba? So hidden siya sa mga ganun. And ang hinahanap nila parang if you use that app, they would get access to your account eh. And that would mean they would get access to the data of the pages that you visit, of
that you
the
visited.
no
Yep.
of the posts that you interact or engage with, and that would give them an idea kung ano ang mga preferences mo in
Yes.
terms of the things that you wanna buy and even your
Right.
political leanings. So yun ang pwede nilang yun ang pwede nilang
Use against you. Okay.
they can create a graph and tell yung ano ng mga tao.
Right.
And
Parang
if it,
they're uh,
if they have let's say okay, the people think this way. Meron silang idea na this is the things that they like. So they can now devise a plan to make you sway furthermore or to the other
or
direction.
other way.
O kasi
Tama.
parang dahil yan ang let's say ang mga tao pabor sa let's say EJK, mga ganyan. So that's a divisive topic, 'di ba? So
Yeah.
okay, so dito o kaya about China. So paano nagre-respond ang mga Pilipino about China? So let's say kung ganito sila if the graph shows that this is how they think, then how are kung pabor sa atin, edi let it be, 'di ba? So
Hmm.
what are the things that make people like or hate this kind of whatever, 'di ba? So yun ang they can now devise a strategy para
Based on
mapalala or i-reverse yung trend na yun. 'Di ba? So that is I think yun yung that is what the government is afraid dun sa TikTok sa wide scale kasi the government doesn't really naman parang care kung kung saan ka kumain, 'di ba? Kung wala ka namang
of course.
ginagawa, 'di ba? Kung wala ka
Oo
namang masamang
naman.
ginagawa, 'di ba? And
Oo naman, oo
at
naman.
saka ako wala akong pakialam kung alam ni Mark Zuckerberg kung saan ako kumain, kung saan ako nag-gym, kung pakialam ko, di sige, 'di ba? Kung wala ka, if you're
Ah,
gonna leave me alone, then so what? Pero if you're gonna get data for the entire population, then you can ano yun, it's not hindi individual level I think yung yung threat sa government eh. It's the yung buong population nga collective na.
tama, tama.
Anyway,
And
pero that will well you should make preparations na parang ibalik mo na dun sa Instagram mo yung mga
yeah, there's also
followers mo.
that. There's also that. I
Oo.
mean, if anything, it served as an excellent springboard or jumping board, and it got me to where I am now. And of course, I'm very thankful for that.
Of course.
Yeah,
And
I
the
mean,
thing
it's
is the people on TikTok doesn't really care about these politics shit eh, 'di ba? That's what's yan yung masakit eh,
well,
'di ba?
actually, in my opinion,
Oo.
obviously, when I'm not TikToking,
Mhm.
I am TikToking. Anyway, but when I'm not when I'm not producing content for TikTok,
Okay.
I'd also watch other content creators that I personally enjoy.
Oo.
And whenever I stumble across a very political content creator, I tend to scroll past them. Or,
Oo.
and I will say this: there are a lot of content creators who are becoming quite political,
Of
especially
course.
with the recent
Mhm.
light of events. And
Mhm.
don't get me wrong, I understand and I respect their decision, regardless of where they stand. I believe in a healthy discourse. I believe um, that if you wish to make a statement, sure, why not? Use TikTok.
Mhm.
Of course, others might disagree because back then, some would say, but not necessarily official, but some would say that TikTok was supposed to be for entertainment or pang
Uh-huh.
good vibes, ganon.
Yeah.
So if we're gonna look at it under that light, then yes, posting political things isn't exactly the best thing to post because the times I would encounter a political post and I view the comment section.
Mhm.
It's like oh bloody hell! It's like a cesspool of
Oh.
people just constantly bantering. And
Oo.
personally, for me, if you want to go into politics or if you want to dive into the topic of politics in a platform like TikTok, you need to have the how do you say it? The mental capacity to engage in a healthy discourse. But
No.
that goes both ways, diba?
Mhm.
The content creator and let's say random follower or
Mhm.
random viewer, right? Now let's say content creator is capable of holding their ground and remaining very remaining very professional about it. It's just a matter of time before someone on the other team will shout or will type comments like, "Edi ikaw na.
Oo.
Anong inambag mo? Blah blah blah
Oo.
blah blah. Shabu pa." And it's like when people start commenting things like that, it's like, "Ay, Santa Maria, why even bother? Why
Yeah,
even
yeah,
bother?"
yeah. Oo.
When your goal for the video was to educate
Mm.
or to make a stand,
Mm.
a part of me can't help but feel like, pare, I don't think TikTok is a place to do this.
Oo nga
Because
eh, di ba?
this is what's
Meron
gonna
ba?
happen, no?
Meron bang
Mm.
TikTok na political content?
I have encountered a few. Yes, I have
Talaga?
encountered. I
Wow.
won't lie, their
Mm.
follower count is pretty low.
Okay.
Like every time I see someone posting something political on TikTok, I'd review I'd check out their profile, and I'd be like,
Oh.
ilan kaya followers ito? Ay, 4,000 followers. Ay, 500 followers.
Mm.
Okay, it's probably a reason why. Because if all their content is gonna be something as sensitive as
Mm.
politics, di ba, you'll probably get into a lot of arguments. You'll probably bump a lot of people along the way.
Well, pero
So,
malay mo, 'di ba? Kasi Facebook started out like that din eh. Parang dati mga parang
true.
may mga Facebook games mga na mga ano, 'di ba? Parang battle. Tapos hihintay ka, hindi mo naman talagang battle na animation. Alam mo 'yun, parang ganun,
Okay,
'di ba?
okay,
Mga ganun,
okay.
mga Farmville type na ano, na mga games
Nalala,
dati. Tapos
tama.
tapos ngayon, even YouTube dati puro mga pirata na anime yung ano eh. Dati nakakapanood ako ng mga anime na pirated sa YouTube eh. And
Sabagay.
then
And I think,
eventually when I want to actually I actively follow political commentators on YouTube. Yun yung parang ano ko eh. Parang K-drama ko eh.
okay.
kasi it's kasi it's really well I follow US politics kasi it's really it's fascinating to me. And yung mga deceptions and the thing is I watch both sides. So more or
Mm.
less I have hindi lang yung mga anti-Trump yung mga pinapanood ko.
Okay.
I would also watch the pro na ano na mga political commentators kasi minsan hindi ka na rin makapaniwala dun sa mga allegations eh. Really? Parang
Mm.
kumbaga parang ganun ba kasama talaga yung mga sinasabi mo? So I had to check ganun ba talaga yung stand nyo. And then I
I
find
see.
out it's so much there's so much nuance and there's so much deception that's being thrown around. And for me that is if only the consequences aren't so dire, it's very entertaining. And I think it practices my ano yun, my ability to think critically din, especially
Yeah.
'di ba? Kasi if you gonna it's nice to analyze. For me, I enjoy analyzing mga ganun and
Oh,
sometimes
naman.
make
Yeah.
predictions na ganito
Mm.
mangyayari kasi ganito yung ganito. Ano mo yun?
Yeah, yeah.
And also, napadpad ako sa American politics kasi dito sa atin kasi parang wala nang discourse ng politics eh. Masyadong masyadong malakas yung administration for any kind of discourse to prosper. For 'di ba?
Mm.
ABS-CBN nga bigla na lang inano, 'di ba?
With the recent
So,
happenings. No?
no, 'di ba? Parang they're just too strong. And
Mm.
walang political figure dun sa kabila sa opposition na who can stand up and wala sila hindi sa I'm sure may mga madaming gusto pero walang charismatic figure enough to challenge.
True,
So,
true.
and that's
And
what ano, 'di ba? Yun yung isang sinabi ni ano eh ni Xiao Chua, yung historian ko na naging guest dito. Parang Filipinos cannot hindi we're not parang wired to uh, to be attracted on ideologies eh. Parang kailangan maging the ideology needs to be personified through a person that we can follow, somebody tangible, 'di ba? Na parang like when Ninoy died, nagkaroon ng personification yung
of what
dictatorship ng
he, uh,
nung Marcos
right.
kasi that was so blatant, 'di ba? It was
Mm.
kumbaga nagkaroon ng figure. And si Cory, naging ganun din. May kailangan ng kumbaga, this is our key, 'di ba? Parang ganun. This is
Right.
and yun. And walang ganun ngayon to counter the administration. That's why they can do pretty much anything and get away with it.
Yeah.
Yun.
Pretty much, no? Not to mention, it's hard to, I mean, you so much as make one statement. You can, with social media now, people will break you in the comment section.
Yeah.
Overnight you can become a hated figure, a hated symbol, just like that overnight. I mean, being on TikTok, I won't lie, I've also encountered a few bashers here and there.
Mm-hmm.
And my topic on TikTok is cooking, for bloody hell's sake. Puta pare, cooking na nga lang pinag-uusapan natin. Nagkakaroon pa rin ng bashers or haters.
Talaga, what is the worst, what is the worst comment na, nakuha mo?
Well, I can't remember all because I think sometimes TikTok takes down mga negative comments, or if it's reported, gonna take down. To which, by the way, I'm thankful to my pleasant followers. Thank you so much. Kasi I've encountered some followers who will come to my defense.
Wow, okay.
Like I think there was this one time I made ito nga binagoongan bagnet.
Oo.
So sa pangalan pa lang, 'di ba? Binagoongan bagnet. It is not your traditional bagnet, and it is not your traditional binagoongan. As I said, why would I cook a dish that any Filipino can cook anyway, right? So if I'm gonna make a cooking video about a certain dish, it has to be different. It has to be a bit of an alteration,
Okay.
Para it has its own uniqueness.
Okay, so that is your parang philosophy. Kung philosophy matatawag yun. Okay.
Yeah, if you want to call it that. To majority of my cooking vids. To majority.
Okay.
So going back to the binagoongan bagnet, again nga, I made it, I published it, and the comments are pretty good for the majority. And then this one guy, I remember he commented, he said something to the effect of, anong ka bagnet niyan? Research nga rin pag may time. Parang, pare, humirot ang ganun. And I was like, whoa, what's up your ass, bro? The other comments naman, na-delete na, and I don't think it's worth mentioning here on live. Pero, let's just say some comments got a bit nasty or racist kasi I guess it's not I guess it's weird for the local Filipinos to see a white guy cooking cooking Filipino dishes, diba? So I actually had to make a video explaining my background, explaining my everything, na okay, I get it. At first glance, I'm white. I get it. My nose is pretty, matangos. I probably speak with a bit of an accent. So I had to explain my background and everything like that. Yung mga medyo racist comments, I do not tolerate that. I personally delete also. I don't want as I said, I'm here to educate, I'm here to teach. If I have a follower who is, let's say, a student or who's young and impressionable, I don't want them to see that either. So I just delete it right off the bat.
No way.
Yeah. But it's in my opinion, it's a part of I have come to embrace it na when you put anything on social media, let's just say there's a huge chance you will get shit for it.
Well, you are very Filipino. We're very Filipino talaga. If anybody knows you enough, 'di ba? You are very Filipino talaga.
Yeah.
Kasi
at least na.
Well, meron kasing mga meron kasing mga content creators, madami sa YouTube eh. Parang merong mga there's this term na parang nauso, parang Filipino baiting. Kasi alam mo naman mga Pilipino sucker talaga tayo sa sa recognition 'di ba?
Siya part 2 na yan, yung mga ganun, 'di ba?
Oo, 'di ba? Parang let's say kasi kaya ang daming yung mga voice coaches sa YouTube, mga from iba't ibang bansa. Tapos parang They will review Pinoy singers kasi gustong-gusto pag ginawa nila 'yon, dinudumog sila ng mga Pilipino na parang proud na proud, ang dami nilang views. So
Tama.
they recognize that. They recognize that. And
Yeah.
I don't know, sometimes kasi parang you're just doing this para maging ganito, para kasi alam nyo na ganun ngang mag-react ang
Yung
Pinoy,
mga Pinoy.
yung
I mean,
Pinoy
there's also
community.
memes. There's also memes about it na nga, di ba? Yung parang proud to be Pinoy. Mga ganun. Tapos may parang
Di
flag or
ba?
something. Yeah.
But it works eh. And you know what?
It does.
Hindi mo naman hindi mo rin masisi yung mga Pilipino
Masisi.
eh.
Oo.
Kasi
Tama.
if that makes them feel good eh, 'di ba? Na
Yeah.
parang
Who are we to
who are
deny
you?
that?
'Di ba? Who are you to
Oo.
exactly
Say
deny that?
otherwise.
'Di ba?
Oo.
Kung masaya sila sa ganun, 'di ba? At saka kung genuine naman yung saya na nararamdaman nila, 'di ba? Bakit mo
Then good.
sasabihin masama 'yun? 'Di ba?
Yeah.
And then it's just I don't know. Although sometimes may mga may mga may mga instances kasi na mukhang obvious na rin na parang they're just using the pero diskarte yun eh.
Yeah, medyo
The other part,
discarded.
discarded niya yun eh. That's his hustle.
Yeah.
So, bakit mo papakialaman yun? Kasi pag humustle ka naman ng sarili mo, ayaw mo rin na pakialaman ka, 'di ba? So,
Tama.
kung wala naman siyang ginagawang masama, wala namang tinatapakang tao, edi all is fair, 'di
Carry
ba?
on. Yeah,
'Di
carry
ba?
on.
Ganun naman 'yun
Yeah.
eh.
Oh, tama.
There are worse things that you can do in this world than that. At yun ang kung gusto magreklamo, hanapin mo yun. Yun ang
Tama.
ireklamo, wag tong mga ganito. 'Di ba?
Mismo. Ay, nako.
Anyway. Okay, let's talk about your ano naman before we end the episode. Ang lakas. Sorry about that.
Ayos lang.
Wow. Ano siya? But you have lost significant amount of weight.
Yeah.
'Di ba?
Thank you.
Over ilang years? So
I started in December of 2015.
2015, no.
So if you want to estimate it to January 2016, we can also say that. Pero technically, I said to myself, kasi I was born on December 9 yung birthday ko.
Oo.
And noong time na yan, sabi ko, you know what? I'll make this a gift to myself, a gift of change. So ipapangako sa sarili ko na magpapakayapet na ako. Start December 9 of 2015. So that's when I
Okay.
first started. And yeah, ayan. Actually to this day I'm still trying to achieve my ideal body because as of somewhere between 2019 to 2020, I began experimenting with different forms of weight training. I kind of got fascinated with the concept of powerlifting. But before we get to powerlifting, basically, I had to lose quite a lot of weight because my body was already failing me in so many ways. Like my entire left arm, I'd wake up at night, it's completely numb.
Okay.
Yeah, it would be completely numb at night. Just going the staircase of my house, hinihingal na ako. So it was affecting the quality of my job because chefs, we work easily 12, 14 hours every day on our feet. So it's
Okay.
a very physical, daunting job. And my heavy weight was really affecting the quality of my output. So basically, I decided to get serious for once in my life and make a change. And by last year, I hit my 100-pound mark. Yung, if I can lose 100 pounds, sobrang ano na ako. And then let's see where I go from then on. So come 2019, I think it was around this time then, or August of 2019, I officially lost 100 pounds.
100 pounds.
Yeah,
Wow.
my original weight kasi was 330.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
330 pounds. So I hit 230 come 2019 of last year. And then
How
it was only after that. na naisip ko, let's try different forms of weight training like powerlifting or strength training. And sometimes the diet requires you to consume more calories or more carbohydrates. It really depends on the program that you're. So the number on the scale increased, but I feel like muscle wise, mas lumaki din. Parang kasi a lot of trainers also told me, do not be fooled by the number on the scale because 200 pounds of fat versus 200 pounds of muscle look very different. Like, would you believe The Rock? See The Rock, diba? Si Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yeah.
That guy apparently is 260 pounds.
Wow.
But you,
Oh.
but you take one look at him and you'd be like, you don't look. I mean, what, you're 260, seriously, diba? But it's only because it's in the form of muscle, and muscle is supposedly heavier than fat. So
Oh. Okay.
right now, I switched my training style, and from 230, I actually weigh now at somewhere at 250 or something like that. But I can still do the exercises that I normally do. I can still, I don't feel hingal naman or anything like that. So according
What's
to the advice,
what's
oh
the
yeah,
lowest weight that you've hit so far?
228.
228. Oh.
Just a few pounds shy of
And that was
230.
from more than 300 pounds ka, 'di ba? Mga ganun.
Yeah, from more than 300 pounds. Yeah.
So,
So,
yung pinaka most weight that you've lost since you began, more than 100 pounds na.
at least, yeah, to say the very least, yeah, more than 100 pounds.
Oh man,
It's on
that's
my Instagram then. I
oh
try to
nga.
document my progress reports. I try to document my weight loss or possible weight gain or
Well, you're huge, man. Tingnan mo yung ano, your arm
Uh,
is huge. Your arm is huge
it's
actually.
huge.
'Di ba?
Yeah. So at that photo, I think I was 248 there, 248 pounds.
248.
But of course, I also stand 5'11" or or 6. I'm not sure, 5'11", 6, something like that. And
Ano,
I take my weight training na rin.
sa physically, I'm very curious, no?
Mm.
How does it feel yung how does it actually feel? How would you compare how you felt when you were 300 plus
300.
pounds to now? O to your dun sa
Um,
pinaka best weight mo?
Definitely very different. I move easier now. Halos hindi na ako hinihingal. And you
Yeah.
just feel better. And that's one of them.
Oh
That
wow.
was one of them.
That's
At this
amazing.
point, at this point, I was already putting on more weight. At this point, I think I was already shifting my training program.
Mhm.
I have a different photo kasi na mas define yung ano ko yung midsection. It's somewhere it's somewhere in the bottom pa ata. But at this point, I was already trying
Oo.
to put on more weight, but I was increasing my weights. Like I was doing heavier weightlifting but lesser reps. Mga ganon. It's all in a different training style talaga.
Oh man, these look entirely like different people, bro.
Yeah.
Diba?
It does, no, it does. I mean, even my other friends na halimbawa, tagal na di kami nagkita,
Mm.
or mga college friends ko, syempre, they have an image, di ba, na, okay, this is JJ and this is how he looks like,
Mm.
di ba? Yung mga ganun, ganito itsura
Mm.
niya.
Yeah.
Tapos, nung nagkita ulit kami recently, be it for tambay or be it for, ayan, that's one photo of me. That's my
Ito.
most,
No.
that was my worst. Ay, kamay nga pala ni Hyde yan.
This is your
Yung sa
biggest.
matabang,
Oh.
that was one of my biggest. That's me at 330 right there. And that photo, I think, is mga 240s. Mga papuntang 230s na yan that photo.
Mm. Wow.
So, yeah. Ayun. That's basically it.
Grabe.
Uh, mm,
So aside from kumbaga parang how light is the difference? How light could you give me a clearer description?
for me, it feels like I lost a heavy backpack.
Talaga?
imagine carrying, imagine
Mm-hmm.
carrying a heavy backpack, diba, on your
Mm-hmm.
body. And then, you know the feeling pag binitawan mo? Parang,
Oo.
uy, sarap. Parang I
Mm-hmm.
feel more limber now. I feel
Mm-hmm.
more, parang ganun.
Just
Parang
remember.
ganun. Oo. Parang mas mas magaan eh. I have to
Oh.
admit. Mas magaan talaga yung feeling in general. Tapos, yun din, I was suffering from plantar fasciitis due to my heavy weight.
Mm.
Plantar fasciitis is basically the inflamed fasciae sa paa.
Oo.
So,
Talampakan. Yung pinakang
yung
talampakan.
talampakan.
Oh,
So, in other words,
Mhm.
I couldn't apply any weight on my left foot.
Holy shit. I had that. I had that before. Kasi I jogged and mali yung ano ko.
Yeah, that
I
happens
was
din.
heavy. I was heavy tapos nag-jog ako tapos di ako marunong mag-jogging. Who knew na kailangan may tama pa palang pagda-jogging, no? 'Di ba?
Oo. Hindi lang siya basta-basta.
'Di ba? And that's and it's siguro hindi pa ganun kalala yung sa akin. Hindi pa ganun kalala yung sa akin. Pero it's when it strikes, maano talaga, masakit talaga. And
Tama.
maybe and I didn't even know na ganun, may ganun pala. Maybe this will be news to other people who might be experiencing the same, 'di ba? So
Yeah. Always
but,
take care of your feet.
but it also happens to it happened to Dominic Cruz. Dominic Cruz
Yeah.
is the UFC champion yon of
Lightweight division. No? Or
bantam
band.
division sa UFC. So this is
It's
a
prone to
guy in peak physical form. Tapos
Yeah,
hindi
yeah.
siya he's light kasi bantam 135 pounds yung
Pounds.
'di ba?
Uh,
So that's hindi siya malaking tao katulad natin pero siya nagkaroon pa rin
uh,
ng ganito, 'di ba? Plantar fasciitis. Yeah, to those who
yeah.
are
It's
watching.
prone to it's prone to athletes. It can really happen to
Oh,
anyone.
'di ba?
Pero
Wow.
if you're thin, you're probably an athlete. That's why you have it.
Mm.
But if you're fat, that's probably the reason why you have it naman. Because the
Oh.
body, there's just too much pressure on the fasciae.
No.
Um, but your tendons can manage. Basically, the very simplified version.
Dito pala dito. Yung sa akin,
Yeah.
sometimes kasi it creeps into until the middle eh.
Yeah,
Yung sa
yeah.
gitna, 'di ba? Sa mga
I think there's another term for that. Parang plantar something something naman. Pero it's more or
Oh.
less the same family lang siya. The same.
Mm.
Kasi if I'm not mistaken, if I remember what my doctor said, parang there are three major tendons in the foot. So depending on
Oh.
what tendon is affected, be it the one that goes to the left, in the center, or to the right, may kanya-kanyang terminology yan eh. But basically, yeah, in a simple word, it's the inflamed tendons of your or the inflamed area there, and it really hurts. It's like no joke. Minsan di ako nakakalakad. I,
Oh.
I I literally need a cane. I need a cane so that I can apply weight on my other foot. Yung mga ganun. Kasi ang sakit
Talaga?
talaga. Oo, pare. It was that painful. So normally what they suggest is that you need to buy insole foot support, mga arch support, gano'n. Pati yung
Yun.
tsinelas.
Bumili ako ng
Oh,
mga ganun. Eto,
yeah.
this one is this is
Mm,
mas klaro.
detailed na.
Ayan,
Yeah,
iba't ibang spots na pwedeng pagganuhan ng plantar fasciitis.
tama, tama.
Yung kwento ni Dominic Cruz, parang it happens lalo na pag bagong gising eh, 'di ba? Pag
Yes.
gising mo, shit,
Oo.
ang sakit.
Kasi, ang sakit.
When you get
Kasi
out of
parang,
bed,
yeah, yeah. That's why I remember when I'd wake up in the morning,
uh,
I need to allot myself siguro 15 minutes kasi parang wina-warm up ko pa yung paa ko. I need to
oo.
I need to stretch it a bit. I need to kahit gusto mo na magtrabaho, puta
Mm.
sayang yung oras mo na teka lang wina-warm up ko pa yung paa ko eh. Alam mo yung
Oo.
ganun?
Kasi
Hassle.
pag na-stretch mo siya na parang, talagang ano ko eh.
Oo.
Para kang binunutan ng,
Makapasigaw ka.
parang
Oo.
binunutan ka ng buhok sa sa asshole. Di ba?
Masakit talaga pare. Oo, masakit talaga.
Pag ano,
Masakit talaga.
At saka nakakagulat, 'di ba? Nakakagulat siya kasi minsan, hindi mo alam eh kasi gising mo wala kang nararamdaman, 'di ba? Tapos pag
Tama,
tayo
tama.
mo,
Pagtayo
parang
mo lang, biglang bam. Yeah,
oh.
Pain City. Yeah.
You know what si Dominic Cruz ang ginawa niya raw, he would crawl out of bed to avoid
Wait.
tapos he'll go to the bathroom Tapos may warm water siguro siya sa faucet niya. And then ibababad niya yung ano niya, yung feet niya muna
Which
para
is yet something being done din by ano.
so ibababad niya muna yon for ilang minutes until bearable na yung ano, yung pag
Mm.
and this is
Ay,
you have to go? Do you have to go?
no. One moment lang. One moment.
Sure,
Sorry,
sure,
can
sure, sure,
I
sure, sure.
pause on for a while? Sorry.
Sige. Okay. Okay. So, yun. Si Dominic Cruz, one of the toughest son of a bitches that ever lived. Amazing, amazing story. Kasi he was the champion back in 2010, 2011, mga ganun. And then he got into a lot of injuries, mostly sa knees niya. And basically that destroyed his run as a champion. He had to relinquish the belt. And hanapin natin si Dominic Cruz. So madaming hindi magandang nangyari sa kanya and he never lost the belt. Okay, he was never defeated when he had to relinquish it. Kasi his style was quite different and it took the entire UFC roster.
Sorry about that, bro. Sorry
Yeah.
about that.
No,
hello,
no
hello.
problem, man. I was just I just talked about Dominic Cruz instead while you were gone. Kasi parang 'di ba parang it took when very inspiring kasi yung story ni Dominic Cruz eh. Parang he was champion and then nobody could figure him out. And what happened was
Ayun, yeah.
si Uriah Faber at saka yung buong team ni Uriah Faber parang they could not figure him out and hindi siya natalo, but because of the knee injuries he had to give up the belt, so na strip yung belt sa kanya, but then hindi siya natalo. And then after I think 3 or 4 years of not being able to compete, he went back. Kasi after noong una isang knee lang yung nasira sa kanya. Right after recovering, yung kabila naman yung nadali. Can you imagine how frustrating that would be? And then may isang point pa na ang ginamit na kasi mga MCL, ACL, lahat ng CLs sa kanya na nadali.
My God, seryoso ka?
Tapos they used a cadaver basta galing sa cadaver yung ACL or basta yung tendon na kinabit.
Seryoso?
And his body rejected it. Parang ganun. And then yun.
There's also that then.
And then he returned. He won the belt. So one of the greatest comebacks in the UFC, itong si Dominic.
At sa lagay na yan, may ACL, MCL, whatever L pa yan.
And he won the belt. He won the belt from Cody Garbrandt. Ito sa laban nila with plantar fasciitis. With terrible plantar fasciitis. So ngayon he blew right after he blew his knee again. Pero at least he already did this comeback and that would be parang cemented in UFC history forever already.
That's the thing with buhay fighter, no? Parang once you get an injury that could more or less end your career, wala na, sorry, out, di ba? Hirap din ng buhay ng mga to. I mean, the challenges that these guys have to endure.
Okay. So, pero balik tayo dun sa weight loss mo, man. So,
sure.
So right
so may
now,
pagkain katabi.
Oo nga eh. How difficult is it that you are a chef and a good chef at it? And nandito ka sa journey mo as do you cook your own food ba?
Yes. Definitely. I'd highly encourage when you're trying to lose weight, it's always the first thing I did actually to improve my my diet was this: if anything I'm about to eat cannot come from a bottle, cannot come from a can, or
Mhm.
anything that's been conveniently packaged for me.
Okay.
So, uh, delatas out of the question.
Okay.
Bottled anything like bottled sauces, bottled whatever, out of the
Mhm.
question.
So you've never had
And
corned beef in a while?
uh, well, that's the thing. Up until
Uh-huh.
recently, but
Oh, okay.
when I was starting, kasi I was very strict with my diet. So
Ah.
I would eat chicken breasts and and lean meats and etc. etc.
Mhm.
And definitely, I saw the results. Right, I saw the
Mhm.
results I wanted. But then that's when my friend approached me and taught me the concept of macro counting, or that's how some call it macros, which is basically parang, look, you can eat almost anything you want when you want as long as you do not exceed your calories.
Mhm.
Um, and then, of course, with respect to ano pa,
Macros
lim-
counting?
yeah, macros
Okay,
or
okay.
counting macros. So, parang ang mangyayari, I had to download this calorie counter app
Okay.
and I had to log all the food I would eat. And the app would more or less give an estimate how many calories I've consumed, para that way I know when to stop. Because we all have certain calories that if you want to lose the weight, you have to be in a caloric deficit.
Oh.
Uh, Now,
Okay.
one's caloric meter is subjective based on one's gender, one's height, and one's current weight goal.
Mhm.
So, in my case, uh, apparently I was at sa lagay na to naka-deficit na to.
Mhm.
I'm allowed to eat food. I should not exceed calories of 2,200. So if I
2,200.
but that's assuming I exercise the way I exercise.
Mhm. What app
So
is this? Maybe I should
my
try this as well.
pare, try mo. My app, may bayad nga lang siya, pero for me sulit na siya. Parang lumalabas less than 200 pesos lang to. It's called My Macros Plus. Ito, I'm looking at it right now. My Macros Plus. May plus symbol siya. I don't
My
know kung
ma
kita sa screen eh. Parang
Ay, hindi.
nag-ano yung light eh.
Hindi eh. Hindi. Anong pangalan? Ako na lang magda-download ako.
Uh, My
Right
Macros
now.
Plus.
Teka, paano ba maghanap ng ano dito? Ayun, yun. Google Play Store. Haven't downloaded anything for a while.
For a while.
Anong pangalan?
My Macros
My
Plus.
Macros?
Yeah, My Macros. Tapos yung
Grabe.
plus, kahit yung plus sign lang, okay na yan. Plus sign.
My Macros Plus. Yun ba yun?
Hmm.
Ay, okay. My Macros. Okay, okay. Got it. Oh, ay pero may 145 pesos.
Oh, mas mura na nga, 145. Dati, mga 180 pa yan.
Ah, ganun ba yun? Oh,
Pero
okay.
one-time payment lang yan. One-time
Oo nga,
payment.
no?
Solve ko
Tapos,
na.
basically, ang gagawin nito is parang ilalagay mo dun yung pagkain mo dun. Bawa, let's say rice.
Yes.
So, meron silang calculated nila yung calories ng rice. So that it
Yes.
will tell you how many rice can you eat. Ganun ba?
Yes. Or rather, ito yung part na will require discipline. Before you can eat your food, you want to check with your application first. Na the food I'm about to eat will equal to X amount of calories. And with said calories, uh, will I still be able to stay within my limits? Parang yun ang ginagawa ng app. So for instance, uh, let's say you log in rice, 1 cup of rice.
Mhm.
And kunwari, let's just assume lang, I forgot the numbers here, but let's just say 1 cup of rice equals 200 calories. Then let's say nag-login ka ng gising-gising. And let's just say gising-gising is 150 calories for 50 grams. So you need to measure your food now.
Wait, wait,
Measure
wait.
your... Mhm.
Alam nitong app na to kung ano yung gising-gising?
That's the thing. In the
Okay.
beginning, medyo hassle lang to sa simula.
Okay.
You will need to make your database of foods. Uh,
Ah.
and I personally go to this website called MyFitnessPal.
Oo.
And in fairness, sa MyFitnessPal, kasi the information from MyFitnessPal are random people who log it for you. Or
Oo.
parang like the concept of Wikipedia. You can put content there. You can put ano.
Mhm.
So, in fairness sa MyFitnessPal, siya lang ata yung place na wherein you can find Filipino dishes.
Okay.
Na halimbawa, they'll provide all the values to you. Kunwari lang, gising-gising. 100 grams equals, kunwari lang, no, 2 grams of
Mm.
protein,
Mhm.
15 grams of carbohydrates,
Mhm.
4 grams of fat. Basically, it has all the numbers that you need.
Mhm.
So you can imitate the information from that website, log it into your My Macros app,
Mhm.
para when it's time to eat gising-gising, like kunwari, the values provided is pang 100 grams.
Mhm.
And let's say you want to eat 200 grams of gising-gising. The
Okay.
app will calculate the 200 grams for you. Na
Okay.
parang, okay, kung kakain ka ng 200 grams of gising-gising, that means you will have, kunwari lang, 200 calories in total from the
Okay.
200 grams of gising-gising pala.
But
Mga ganun.
what if ano ka? What if hindi naman lahat ng recipes ng gising-gising is the same, 'di ba? O let's say
Yun lang.
spaghetti, 'di ba? O kare-kare.
Oo.
May madaming mas malagay mas madaming maglagay ng peanut butter kunyari. 'Di ba?
Oo, tama.
Eh di iba na
So,
yung ano nun.
so that's the thing. That's the thing with calorie counting.
Okay.
Um, the app is just ano lang. The app is just an estimate game. It
Okay.
of course, um, excuse me.
Mhm.
Obviously, there is no one exact detailed recipe or one exact ano. So even the numbers that you're working with from MyFitnessPal are estimates.
Ah, yeah.
Pero
Okay.
right now, it's the best estimates you can work with, and I'm a
Mm.
living testament to that. Um, Parang even naman when the app calculates na, oy, malapit ka na mag 2,200, so tama na.
Mhm.
I just listen to the app. I just be like, okay,
Okay.
if the app estimates na nasa 2,200 calories na nga ako, and then I'll stop eating. That's simple. Bukas ulit.
Oh.
There is no ano talaga. There is no 100% perfect details. No, wala talagang ganun.
Oo, yeah, yeah, yeah. At least
Pero
ano na 'yun, that's a good guide, 'di ba?
yes, you have to see it as a guide lang. See it as a guide to help keep you in track. Yun lang naman talaga.
So pero you need discipline to always check out the app, 'di ba?
Ay, oo.
'Yun
Yun
ang
lang pare,
kailangan
yun lang.
mo, 'di ba? Kasi
Yeah, yeah.
parang teka, I'm gonna
At
check.
maliban doon, you need to measure your food then. So I invested in a weighing scale, a small weighing scale, which
Mhm.
maximum weight is 1,000 grams or
Mhm.
2,000 grams.
Mhm.
Um, and then everything I eat, I literally measured it. Like
Talaga?
halimbawa, before I even log it into my phone,
Mhm.
naka-measure na lahat ng kakainin ko. So, halimbawa, rice, 200 grams rice. Halimbawa, gising, let's say 350 grams
Mhm.
gising-gising. And
Mhm.
then let's say adobo, pork adobo.
Oo.
Sabihin natin 200 grams. I will log in all those separate values into my macros, and then it will more or less estimate na, okay, Jay, itong kakainin mo nasa mga 800 grams. 800 calories. Therefore, 2,200 minus 800 equals whatever number. That's how much calories you have left. Then I'll eat.
Oh,
Para
ganun pala.
halimbawa, pag dinner time na, I'll be like, okay, since I had 200 grams of rice kanina, dapat dinner baka 100 grams na lang. Tapos baka yung ulam ko, kunwari sinigang, ano na lang, siguro mga 150 grams lang. Basta ang point lang naman here is to give you a ballpark estimate
Mhm.
as to whether or not you're hitting or exceeding your allowed calories.
How many calories are allowed for you?
In my case, if I want to lose weight, no more than 2,200.
2,200?
But that is because I work out 4 times a week. Kasi ang
Oh.
calorie number, nag-iiba rin yan
Mm.
based on your gender, male or female.
Yeah.
Men tend to consume more calories than women.
Mm.
Your activity, your lifestyle, kung very active ka, which the app
Oo.
will ask, by the way. The app will ask those questions.
Oo.
What is your age? What is your current weight? What
Mm.
is your weight goal? What is your height?
Oo.
Blah blah blah. How often do you work out? So
Mm.
all of those are important details to more or less give you the right caloric deficit. Kasi um, a decent caloric deficit is whatever your ideal calories are minus 500. So halimbawa, for a guy like me,
Mm-hmm.
di ba I said kanina, if I want to lose weight, I should only eat 2,200 calories.
Uh-huh.
If I want to maintain the weight, I can actually add 500 on that number. So
Mm-hmm.
500 plus 2,200 is 27.
Mm-hmm.
So if I consume 2,700 calories every day, I will not gain weight, but I won't lose weight either. Parang nag-break
Mm-hmm.
even lang ako.
Okay.
So if I want to lose weight, I need to reduce at least 500 calories,
Okay.
and then I will start losing weight on a gradual basis. So in your
Oh.
case, I think it's safe to assume in your case, baka nasa mga ano ka, sabihin natin 2 flat or 1,950, mga ganun. But
Mm.
again, it's really subjective on how active you are,
Mm-hmm.
how your current age.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the app will even ask pa nga, how fast do you want to lose the weight? Kasi if you want to lose the
Oh.
weight really fast, they will increase your deficit to maybe 1,000
Oh.
calorie deficit, which many professionals will say we do not recommend 1,000 calorie deficit. The best
Oo.
recommendation is somewhere between 300 to 500, 600 calories
But does
deficit.
it well, hindi rin pala no yung
Mm-mm.
iba, if you still eat plenty kahit mag intermittent fasting ka, ganun din yun, 'di ba?
Yes, that's
'Di
another
ba?
thing. That's another thing.
Oo, 'di ba?
Kasi I also practiced intermittent fasting before.
Oo. Mm.
And I feel like the misconception of many people here is, okay, if I fast for 60 for ano yan? If I fast for 16 hours, the next 8 hours is a free for all buffet. Hindi
Oo.
baliwala. Baliwala rin yung pinag-fast mo kasi
Oo.
the simple answer is weight loss is a numbers game.
Mm.
It is a numbers game. There is no way around it. Um, so when I was intermittent fasting, I would still have to make sure that I won't exceed 2,200 calories.
Mm.
Because otherwise, baliwala rin. The only nice thing kasi with intermittent fasting is it more or less tricks you into staying in a caloric deficit because of the time restriction. I think
Okay.
that is how it works. That
Mm.
is how it works. Um, since you're only allowed a certain period of time to eat, the human body can only consume a certain amount of calories nga naman
Oh.
slowly.
Mm.
Like unless you're unless ibang klaseng tao ka, which is a
Oh.
rare case, di ba?
Mm.
Pero
Meron ding ano eh, may sinasabi sila na ano eh, parang it drives your body into ketosis.
yeah, that's another
If
thing
you, 'di ba,
then,
which is technical
which is
na
based
ano.
which is
No.
basically when your body taps into your reserved body fat for energy,
Oh.
therefore burning it. Parang that's where you'll get your energy from, your reserved body
Mm.
fat. Um, pero if I'm not mistaken, I may be wrong here, so take this with a grain of salt.
Mm.
In order to hit ketosis to intermittent fasting, I think you need to be doing a 20-hour fast, not
Oo.
16 hours. Yeah.
Oo nga no.
Otherwise, you're technically not in ketosis yet.
Mm.
Parang if your body realizes na, puto 20 hours na wala pa rin laman tong ano na to tong chan
Mm.
ko saka lang sila they're gonna be like, okay, let's tap into fat reserves.
Mm.
But that is if your goal is to use intermittent fasting for weight loss.
Oo.
Others kasi use intermittent fasting for convenience or for maybe religious purposes.
Oo.
But if your goal for intermittent fasting is to primarily weight loss, I would recommend the 20-hour fast
Mm.
over the 16. Kasi the problem with the 16-hour fast is yun nga, that's another thing. Just because you're allowed to eat doesn't mean you can eat anything you want.
Mm.
Ideally, you still want to eat foods that are yung decente yung calories. So avoid eating fast food. Avoid
Mm.
eating food in a delata or in a can because those things easily pack a lot of calories.
Mm.
Yung tipong let's say I eat one can of corned beef and rice and egg. The rice and the egg, the calories of that is technically mababa.
Mm.
But I will exceed my calories because of that damn corned beef na yan. Alam mo yung ganun?
Mm.
Oo, so suddenly parang, shit, sayang. So kung ganun, you're better off na lang eating a home-cooked meal. Like,
Well,
yun
it's
nga,
also the
adobo.
sodium, 'di ba? Yung salt
Yes,
content yung isa pang ano eh. Yun ang
that
madami sa
also.
mga ano eh, sa mga
Preserved
delata,
items.
'di ba?
Yes, yes.
Sa mga
And
what's the term? Sa mga processed food, 'di ba?
processed foods, yes. And
Hmm.
to make things worse pa dyan, so, let's say, processed foods, ang delata, maliban sa high in calories na nga siya, it isn't filling. Meaning, in 1 or 2 hours later, gutom ka na naman.
Oo nga no. Oo nga no.
When technically speaking, hoy, you shouldn't be eating just yet. Kasi, well, again, calorie-wise, you will exceed your calories if you eat again anytime soon.
There is
But
such
in your head,
yeah.
you're like, gutom na ako eh. So, paano na?
No.
Di ba yung mga ganun?
And
So,
there is such thing as food addiction talaga eh, 'di ba? Si
that
si
also.
Yokozuna pala, 'di ba? Which is na mind blown ako na putang inang Yokozuna to, hindi pala Hapon,
Hindi siya Japanese. Yeah, hindi siya
hindi pala
Japanese.
Japanese si Yokozuna.
Oo, oo. Hawaiian, di ba? Samoan? Ganun.
Samoan pala siya.
Oo,
Pero dati,
Samoan.
mind blown talaga, legitimately mind blown ako doon. Nung pinost ko yun, what? 'Di ba talagang anyway, tong si Yokozuna, kaya siya namatay kasi he was a food addict. Kasi
Yes, yes.
lumaki siya ng lumaki and kaya siya nawala sa WWE, WWF pa dati is
Yeah,
because
WWF.
may napanood akong tawag ito, yung documentary about him. Kaya ako nalaman bigla na hindi pala siya Japanese. Anyway, tapos tong nung ang sabi sa kanya is nag-rehab siya. Actually, nag-rehab siya talaga para dun sa yung food addiction niya.
Food
Kasi
addiction.
hindi siya hindi kumbaga hindi na siya inaalaw ng apparently meron pa ring parang mga government agencies na nag-check ng health ng mga athletes. Kasi
Mm-mm.
kahit pro wrestling 'yan, it's a physical activity. So
Yes.
yung mga health I don't know what they call them. Basta hindi siya nirecommend na hindi siya pwede na isama.
Ayun.
Risky, kumbaga. So WWF had to cut him. And well, he wrestled for other companies na hindi ganun ka strict, probably in other states. Hindi magkakaiba yung kada state sa US eh. So pero sa WWF hindi na siya pwede. Tapos nasa rehab siya. He would bribe the guards para bilan siya ng pagkain. 'Di ba?
Seryoso?
He would bribe the guards. Kapag hindi
Oh.
niya talaga hindi tapos pa ang kwento, somebody threw a party sa yun, tapos invited si Yokozuna. Hindi ko alam kung sa Undertaker. Basta somebody threw a party.
Okay.
Tapos Yokozuna would eat 40 chicken butts. Chicken butts pa yung siguro yung
Oh,
siguro yung hindi, 'di ba, part ng chicken butt
wait.
din yung yung tag
Oh my God.
yung
It's like
sa
high in fat. Oh,
that's 40 of those.
bloody hell, man.
Oo, 'di
40.
ba? 40. Tapos kasi
Ano
yun daw,
yun?
yun daw ang favorite part ni Yokozuna. So parang somebody invited him for a barbecue. And well, alam nila na yun ang favorite na part ni Yokozuna. Binigyan siya ng
Uh,
binigyan nun, tapos kain siya, tapos kumbaga tapos pinagbabawal na siya sa mga buffet kasi talagang malulugi yung mga buffet sa kanya. Ganun, siya talaga
Lugi.
yung who can beat a buffet, 'di ba? Ako kasi after minsan pag nagbo-buffet kami dati, I would syempre may mentality ka lalo na nung bata ka pa na medyo parang hindi kailangan masulit ko to.
Tama,
'Di ba?
tama. Oh.
Tapos talagang parang challenge sa akin dati na kailangan di ako malugi eh. Kailangan makakain
Oo.
ako, 'di ba?
Oo,
Yan.
tama. I
Yan.
want to get my money's worth no? Parang ganun
Oo.
eh.
At saka gusto ko maisahan ko sila. Na parang, kumbaga, yung mas madami ako nakain kaysa dun sa amount ng pagkain na binayaran ko.
Tama.
Goal.
Tama.
Ganun ako
Yun yung
dati.
goals eh.
At least dati. Ngayon parang hindi na masyado eh. Pero
Mm.
pero dati definitely meron akong ganung mentality. Lalo na nung bagong nagtrabaho ako. Siyempre, parang first time mong magbabayad sa ganun eh, di ba?
Oo.
Anyway,
Oo.
si Yokozuna, ganun siya katindi. Parang epic daw talaga yung yung tapos he would finish parang mga 9 boxes of pizza by himself, mga ganung klase in one sitting.
Grabe.
Di ba? Isipin mo
9
yun.
pizzas. That's like 8, 16, 24, 22, 40, 19.
Grabe
Or
yun.
whatever. It's like 50
81
plus slice.
slices. Hindi,
81,
72 slices ng
72, 72. Oh,
'di
tama.
ba? 'Di ba? Grabe 'yun.
Nag-skip count pa ako. Tama, tama. My God, 72 slices of pizza. And one slice of pizza, according to my macros,
Oo.
can easily, of course, it's very
Oo.
estimates to, no?
No,
That's about,
depende kung gaano kalaki pati, 'di ba?
pero estimate can be 380 to 450 calories for one slice of pizza.
Wow. Isipin mo yun
And
times 70.
and if you're only allowed, say, 2,000 calories of 2,000 calories,
Mhm.
do the math. After 4 slices of pizza, parang dapat humihinay-hinay ka na, di
Oo.
ba? At sa lagay na yan, that's a guy who stands 5'11",
Mhm.
works out 4 days a week.
Mhm.
So what more a guy like Yokozuna who, well, okay, he's a professional wrestler, yes, but we don't know how he moved di ba?
Oo.
Or parang hindi nag-workout yun eh.
Well, he I don't know. Pero bless
Mm.
him.
Of course.
Pero it's a precautionary tale, 'di ba? And
Mm.
yun yung siguro proof siya na meron talagang addiction, and he needed help, and he rejected
Yeah,
it.
he did.
He
Yeah.
rejected the help that was given to him. And
Eh,
well, he died early.
that's
30.
another thing actually.
Mm.
I consider myself, again, I wasn't professionally diagnosed, but
Mm.
if you ask me, I consider myself to be quite the food addict as well.
Mm.
Um, I mean, there would be times I would buy food and ayoko mag-share. So, tinatago ko sa pamilya ko, yung mga ganun. Or may sariling stash ako ng junk food na ako lang nakakaalam because gusto ko when I crave it, bam, andyan na siya. So, it's embarrassing, but it's the truth. So, I think to a certain degree, I can sympathize with Yokozuna, or
Oo, no?
why he did what he did. I'm not saying it's right. Of course, every of me will say that was just wrong. You don't do that.
Mm.
But yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Ito,
Ganun tayo.
Yokozuna hotdog eating contest. Hotdog eating winner. Tingnan nga natin.
Hot dog. And they used to publicize
Hindi.
it a lot.
Stand-up comedy. Oh, he was making fun of him.
Grabe nung bata ako, akala ko talaga Hapon yun eh, si Yokozuna.
Oo. Talagang
Akala ko Hapon.
ang
Tapos, ano pala?
ang alam
Ah,
kong kwento ni Yokozuna, ano siya? Parang he was a real Yokozuna kasi yung word na Yokozuna is really
the
parang
champion.
master ka na sa sumo wrestler eh. Talagang kumbaga parang
Tama,
peak na parang
It's the
super black
highest,
belt ka na ng pag
it's the
naging
highest title
Yokozuna.
di ba?
Of
Yung mga sumo wrestlers.
tapos ang kwento niya, sobrang lakas niya, sobrang galing niya sa sumo wrestling. Wala na makatalo sa kanya. And he went to the
Joined
US,
WWF.
para to find new challenges. Yun ang
You've got,
kwento. I don't
I
know
swear,
kung saan ko narinig yun, if that's the real parang storyline. Pero
yeah,
somebody told me yun daw yun. And
you've, you've got to love you've got to love what do you call it? Yung how they used to
the
market their
lore,
wrestlers.
di ba?
Yeah, the lore, tama, tama. I swear.
Grabe. Anyway, yun. We're almost 3 hours, bro. So
Oh, wow.
ano natin, let's save for another time, for another day.
Okay.
Magkwento pa
Sige ba,
tayo sa
sige ba.
sa But are there any last messages for tonight, for
Yun
this
lang naman, of
episode.
course, to everyone who watched, thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in. And then to those who wish to follow me on TikTok, simply look for at Chef Joseph Viel. That's the same name that I use for my Instagram account, at Chef
Mm-hmm.
Joseph Viel. And for those wondering, I do have party trays. Simply look for the like page on Facebook, komisario.ph.
Okay.
Alright.
Facebook page. Dito, Komisaryo, follow JJ on Facebook,
Yeah.
Instagram, and TikTok, of course. Grabe,
And
bro.
TikTok.
I'm really very happy for you na ano yun.
Thank you.
It's
Thank you, thank you.
you parang nginitian ka ng internet eh. Kasi ganun yung kasi well, I think you are very unique din kasi. You are definitely very Filipino pero you have this look, of course, because of your lineage, 'di ba? As
Yeah,
a
yeah,
Filipino-Italian. And
yes.
well, you also look very good, especially now that you have lost a lot of weight. And
Thank you, thank you.
and so and generally a very likable vibe on video, and I would
Um,
attest in real life as well. So
yeah.
best of all the best for you, man.
Thank
So
you. Thank you, bro. Thank you.
with TikTok and I don't know, who knows what happens with TikTok. I
Yeah,
don't
let's see. Let's see.
yeah, and
Oh,
well, it will evolve. We don't know how long Facebook would last actually. Kasi parang
yeah.
'di ba, ang daming mga developments about Facebook. There have been advertisers pulling out, mga ganyang issues.
True,
But
true. Yeah.
I don't know. I, I cannot imagine actually Facebook still being a thing 10 years from now. I'd be surprised if it is.
Yeah, it seems like it. Like it's just a matter of time before a newer platform
I don't know
will
ah.
totally kicks the ass of the previous platform. No, yung mga ganun
Oo
bagay.
nga
No?
eh. If Facebook
Yeah.
would still be Facebook by 2030, it would be tremendous achievement. For
True,
me
true,
if
true.
ano yun, sobrang bilib ako kay Mark Zuckerberg noon without major changes. I don't know how
Mm-mm.
what that would tell to us as a species. Pero I don't know. Kasi pero let's see. Pero that's why parang you could just imagine kung anong mangyayari din sa mga photos mo, 'di ba? All of a sudden biglang wala nang Facebook. Kasi
Oo nga eh. No?
minsan magugulat ka when in your memories biglang maglalabas na
Na
ah
this came out, ganun.
ang pinaka oldest na memories na ano ko 11 years. 11 years
11
ago.
years.
11
Wow.
years ago ba? Wow. Holy shit. Double digits na, 'di ba? Kasi I was in
Oo.
2007 ata ako napadpad sa ano eh. And the memory was a stupid post.
Stupid post ko.
As a stupid
Actually,
post.
sobrang cringeworthy ng mga old posts ko nga rin eh. When I
Oh,
look back, mga pinagpo-post ko sa 2010,
oh,
2009,
'di ba?
parang anak ng putya, ano bang pinagagawa ko dati?
Oh man. And also, 'di ba, if you're gonna sometimes I would see photos ng mga sa memories na parang oh man, when was the last time I saw this person? Tapos minsan
Tama.
parang meron akong nakitang ano eh na I just hung out with this dude on one night lang, tapos napicturean kami nandun, tapos sino nga ba to? Tapos maaalala ko siya, tapos biglang holy shit, oo nga no, pero parang
Oo.
naalala ko bigla yung mga pinagagawa niya kasi wow yung tao na yun, di ba? And it's only a matter of time before alam mo yun, kasi ngayon millions na yung mga yung mga Facebook accounts, parang they're already dead. And
True, true.
I think ang estimate is by mid to 2020s mas madami ng patay na Facebook users kesa sa mga buhay na Facebook
Sa
users.
mga buhay. I actually encountered that. I saw that, that link or that article.
Oh, that's
Which makes a lot
wow.
of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it makes a lot. I mean, statistically speaking, supposedly how many people die per day, di ba?
Oo nga
So,
di ba?
it doesn't
Grabe.
seem far-fetched. Oh.
Mm. And well, ganun talaga. Although ang one thing na sinasabi ng ibang tao, yung mga bata, yung mga teenagers ngayon, yung mga zenials, ganyan,
Hmm.
a lot of them are not on Facebook. They're not active on Facebook. They're either active on Twitter or Snapchat or
Actually, yeah.
Instagram. You know
Yeah.
why? Kasi their
Wag
parents
na.
are on Facebook.
Ah,
'Di ba? 'Di ba? Parang ayaw nilang mag
tama, no?
'di ba? 'Di ba?
Oo,
Bakit?
nakikita yung kabalbala nila dun. Oo.
Oo, 'di ba? So their parents are on Facebook. So I suppose that's what's gonna happen, 'di ba? Na
Hmm.
anyway, ganun, you get the idea. So they go to TikTok, they go to other platforms that are upstarts. And I don't know how much of this will Facebook survive. Anyway, we're gonna find out in a few
We
years.
will. Yeah, we will.
Yes. But for now, let's say good night, Chef.
All right. Good night, guys. Good night, everyone. Thank you again for watching. I'm
Maraming
Jed. Thank
salamat.
you.
Maraming salamat, JJ. I look forward to seeing you
Salamat
again,
din.
man.
Yes.
Let's hang out one of these days. I miss going to your house, man.
Oo nga
Masarap
eh.
masarap tumambay doon eh. Hindi na natin
Once a
nasundan
month
yung
ulit.
hindi na natin nasundan yung pizza night natin dati, but it
Let's,
will
let's,
happen.
let's get back. Yeah, let's get back to that one.
It
Definitely.
it
Definitely.
will happen one of these days. All
Tama.
right, that's it.
All right.
Maraming salamat. Paalam, magandang gabi Pilipinas. Magandang gabi daigdig. Daigdig talaga. No? All right.
All right. Thanks, bro. Thank you again.
The powerful chef Joseph Viel, Powerful Komiksman podcast signing off. Bye-bye. Woo. Uy. Okay.